Good morning. Good morning. Forgot to, man, most days I'm seamless. Forgot to remove the video on that one. Yeah.
These things happen. These things happen.
It's gonna be a fun day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it goes.
It's been a week of Mondays is what it's been.
A week of Monday, yeah. That's like a bag of what? Like a bag of...
Bag of Monday.
Bag of Monday. Bag of Monday. Big steaming bag of Monday right on your doorstep.
Again, this is the Safe for Work comic show that you can listen to while on your drive to work or while you do whatever it is you do to pay the bills. We are here to entertain and talk about some fun comic book stuff. And, a couple of weeks there we got pretty heavy, didn't we, Nick?
Yeah, we did. We've had two or three
we're not doing that today.
Spicy bacons in a row. I'm like,
we're not doing that today. We are so Monday was 4th of July. It's been a great week. So yes. Monday was 4th of July, or as Glenn what they might refer to it over there where Glenn's from, Happy Treason Day.
Mm-hmm. That's the one, yeah. That's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like a ill ex-girlfriend, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jealous ex-girlfriend. There you go.
It's all right. We still love you.
Well, you see, we don't, English people and I guess British people don't have this inferiority complex. You see, where everybody else thinks their place is the best place in the world, but they all want to live here. So figure that one out.
That's
and you
not
spent
true.
several hundred years trying to convince most continents of that fact.
Listen, we brought the world up. Listen, what were those people doing before we got there? They weren't doing anything. So we lifted them up. The problem
until
was
you assimilated their culture.
The problem was that we didn't do it
we're the Borg.
We didn't do it the right way, and we took it off them. That was the problem.
Yeah.
No, you're okay, and it's better.
We did steal this land from the Indians, so we
yeah,
don't have a lot of room to talk.
Well, you say steal, I say
genocide,
acquisition,
slaughter, claim.
Yeah.
Acquired.
We
acquired. Yeah.
America's only been around for 200 years, and we have more ghosts per capita than anybody else.
Yeah.
It's because we slaughtered everybody who was here. It's just the whole continent's one big Indian graveyard, and that happens, folks.
Yeah.
Well,
we make movies
we
about
wanted
it.
a clean slate. We just wanted a clean slate. It's the new world. It's a new place. Just want to renovate.
We're not going to be spicy today, as we
now. Hopefully,
I'm
just going to wrangle this back in here for a second. Hopefully, we won't have technical difficulties like we did last week. So last week, StreamYard messed up on us. We had to shut down in the middle and start it back up. We lost most of our viewers going to a second stream, but you can get both of those. Now, YouTube they blocked it, okay, because of all the copyright claims. Okay. It Nerd Bacon on YouTube from last week is unviewable. Like it is, you cannot find it, okay? But you can still find it on Twitch. So Twitch is like, screw it, we don't care, okay? So I've got like one follower over on Twitch, but if you go to Twitch and go to Luke Stone Studios, you'll find Nerd Bacon from last week, and you can laugh through it because it was a pretty good week. We did 80s week, which tells me in the future when we do 90s week, it's going to be a similar situation.
Oh, yes.
So,
and I can understand why we want a few weeks between that before, you get completely canceled.
Yeah. I'm not really worried about cancellation because I'll just start a new YouTube.
Was the first show or the second show?
They both.
Yes.
They're both got yes.
Brandon, are you sure you want to be on this?
Oh yeah, I'm starting to second guess it now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So, Hojo. Actually, let's see who's in the chat real quick. Let's welcome everyone. So I want to welcome everybody who's in the chat and watching, and I also want to welcome all of those that are just hanging in the back waiting to clip something that's controversial. So hopefully we'll give you something fun to laugh about today. We got
a little spicy.
Joe Bachman's here. Hail Joe Bachman. Good to see you today. Good morning, folks. Just wanted to pop by and say hi and throw a like on the show. I appreciate that very much, by the way. Got to break the concrete, test beams. Wow, breaking concrete. That sounds like a heck of a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Hey,
that's
it's really
metaphorical.
cool. They have to
Yeah,
actively
somebody
test-
just did that in Georgia.
Wow. Wow, Bunny. You're just going straight there with that.
Dang it. Oh, you know what? We can't start yet. Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
something was off. I knew something was off. Okay.
So it's a
All right.
disturbance of the farce.
Yeah.
Well, you're the one that made you're the one who made that connection. I was just saying somebody. Yeah.
Agent Zero is here today.
Yeah, nice try.
Well, I guess I'm fashionably late. You are fashionably late. I dropped a whole bunch of links, so you guys can look through and see those links this morning. We've got Cameron Christopher Payne's here. Bacon in the morning. Yes, bacon in the morning. Facebook user says sizzle. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. And tonight, Agent Zero brings up Aaron Lopresti. We are actually going to be doing a special show on my channel tonight called Christians Making Comics, Walking the Faith While Chasing the Dream. So it's going to have we've got a list of Nick. I am so impressed with the panel we've got. I mean, this is like, I feel like the idiot that gets to talk to these people. We've got Aaron.
I'll be the
and
other
Shelley
idiot.
Lopresti.
I'll be the other idiot. So.
Yeah. So when I go,
We're co-idiots.
Yeah.
We're co-idiots.
We're gonna co-idiot this thing tonight. But we've got Aaron and Shelley Lopresti, great creators. We've got Graham Nolan, Don Chen. Speaking of farce, Don Chen. We've got Joseph A. Michael, and we've got Lola, Tug's wife, is going to be on as well tonight. So I'm not missing anyone, am I?
Yeah, that's all I think. I know, but
I mean, if I am, that'd be enough, right? I mean, holy
Yeah.
cow. We've got like some consummate professionals that are just strong people in their faith. So it's gonna be a fun conversation tonight. So
ones that
if
probably
that's
lost their position in comics because of their faith.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them have because their faith has kind of made them draw lines, and so we'll talk about that a little bit tonight. I think it'll be a good conversation. I get a lot of questions about this stuff, so it's gonna be nice to hear from people that have actually worked in the industry and can speak to it more than just what I can as a pastor who draws a funny book. So yeah, so looking forward to that tonight. So mark your calendars, folks. It's gonna be a good time. So Agent Zero, thanks for bringing that up. He also says that song gets stuck in his head each week. Solid banger. Thank you. I can still make music. It's not the way it used to be, but if anyone needs an intro for their stuff, let me know. I'm happy to do that kind of stuff. We've got one step at a time. Lug Berserk. I think I'm saying your name right. It's coming. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Hojo. Speaking of Hojo, hail chat. Bring on the bacon. So what I was going to say, Brandon, I wanted to see who was in the chat so that I could tell you this because Hojo's here. Hojo actually wrote my 3 rules for me. I have 3 rules. Number 1, I don't care.
Okay.
Number 2, why not? Okay. So if someone tells me something, they got a complaint, they're like, hey, I'm a vegan. I don't care. Right? You're like,
Right.
hey, I don't like that you said that about such and such. I don't care. It's like, oh, well, why did you do that? Like, why not? Right? So number 2, why not? And number 3, uncancelable. Just whatever. You can try. I don't care. Because I don't care and whatever,
Right, yeah.
So
So Hojo
Thanks for
wrote those rules for you?
Hojo wrote those rules for me. Yeah.
He's a good man.
That's Hojo. Yeah. That's Hojo.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Hojo.
Nick, congrats on your show yesterday. Nailed it. The big chair fits. Yes.
Thank
Let's talk about that for a second. Nick
yeah.
Talkard taking over. Okay. So Nick and I are friends because of a guy named Brian K. Morris during the lockdowns, the first round of lockdowns. There was this show called Nevermind the Furthermore. And I got to watching that because of a friend told me about it or whatever. And so I come across it. We started watching it. Nick was in there, and I had mentioned that I wanted to make a role-playing game for hybrids. And Nick was one of 2 people that said I'd be interested. And I met both, And the other guy, super nice guy, Bill Sarton, I think it was his name. Super nice guy. I think that was the game maker. Maybe it started with a W. I can't remember who it was. But I mean, great guy, but he was kind of busy doing some stuff. Didn't have time, but I met Nick and our energy meshed. It was right on, like perfect chemistry. So I was like, you're the guy, you're making the game, right? Fast forward now here, Brian K. Morris has been doing the show for eons, it feels like.
7 years. He's been doing Never Mind the Furthermore for 7 years, and he did it 7 days a week for the first few months of the lockdown.
Yeah,
because people needed it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it 7 days a week. I mean, it was.
Oh yeah, it literally was what I made my
schedule
around.
Yeah, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, now I don't watch. I didn't watch as much in the end because you know everyone was getting back to work and stuff like that. But anyway, so he's decided to step away, do some other stuff. And yesterday was your first show, Nick.
Yes, it was. It's. I heard. Okay, that was my wife telling me that she got into her car. I was normally I'm on the program like wait screen half hour. I don't believe in being late. I'm old school about that. And I was literally trying to make entry into my wife's car without
keys. You were trying to break into your wife's car. Let's not sugarcoat this thing.
Well, see, I don't want it to come out. I'm preventing clips. You may be uncancelable, but it's sort of like standing in an alleyway with Superman and a machine gun going off. Okay, like
just get behind me, man. It's gonna be cool. Everything's fine. Trust me. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and it works real well for the Waynes too. But
well, Nick has his own 3 rules. First of all, I do care.
I do care. I care a lot.
Second of all, no, don't do that. And
there's
thirdly,
no need.
Yeah, I can be canceled. So there you go. That's Nick's 3.
Yeah, well, you know I bring a rare sanity to this this program. But back to Nevermind the Furthermore. What I love about Nevermind the Furthermore is it brings.
I think Nick is like on your right shoulder and I'm on your left. You know, there you go.
Yes, very much so. You know, 4 lawns and shadows on his shoulders. Gotcha. But
that's what we do here.
But what I like about Nevermind the Furthermore and why I'm so happy to do it is it really is an open forum for independent creators.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Luke is unapologetically CG, and I have no problem with that. You know, because that's what Luke does.
It's more fair to say that I'm just unapologetic.
Well, that too, but for the purpose of this conversation.
Yes. Yeah.
And a position of political neutrality, other than because my opponents are the big corporations. You know, when I look at it, I see it more. We're all little folks trying to make our way, and people work to rile the little guys against each other so they don't get strong enough to actually make change. I believe that's a big system. And with Nevermind the Furthermore, I can take little guys, regardless of politics, and say, hey, look, leave it at the door. Did you make something awesome? How are you making something awesome? How can we all help? And then, you know, if you guys if everybody I know ends up huge and well-known and very important people in, you know, making lots and lots of money, you want to argue then like the celebrities sniping at each other? That's fine. Let me get you in a position where your opinion will at least be heard and matter instead of, you know, just people yelling at each other. And that's what's great.
My thing is I don't snipe and argue with people.
Oh, no.
I don't have time for that, man. I've been so busy with other things. I don't see how these people have time to create internet drama. Some of these people out there, man, they just love internet drama.
And I think if people took the time and energy they put into getting furious about things that either they can't change or whatever, and put it into creating something cool, we'd have a lot more cool things. Yes,
I'm not even going to read that one out loud. Yeah. So yeah, we're just going to leave. We're just going to pass.
We're going to leave that. And what's great is because I've changed my font to be an anti-dyslexic font, It's completely blurred out with the with the background for me, so it's even easier. No, guys, don't get fooled. I really believe that everything is geared to keep us desperate to work for wage jobs we hate,
Mhm.
and I think it's geared to keep us consuming. We have to consume because the whole system is based on us putting what money and time we have into consuming what we're told. And the best
And we
thing
should
about
be
all-
consuming what we want
right.
Mass quantities.
in mass
Yep.
and what we want.
Yep.
What we want is nerd bacon.
Yes, and
Consume-
that's why we're here.
Consume
Rick is
mass
awesome.
quantities.
Rick Bradley's
So
here.
mass
Rick Bradley's saying good
quantities.
morning, all. Good morning, Rick. It's nice to see you again. Agent Zero can't wait for tonight. You know, I can't either. I think it's gonna be a good time. Wow, now that's a panel. I'm going to be intimidated just being in the chat. Well, you better be in the chat. It's going to be a great chat. Bring your questions too tonight. So Luke Stone's 3 rules is my first writing credit. I'll take it.
I'll
Yes.
take-
Hojo's first writing credit. And I tell people, yeah, Hojo told me he wrote them in a chat, in the chats of one of our streams. Cameron Christopher's here today. He goes, holy snap, Walter. Respect, yes. John Goodman is an awesome actor. Yes, he is. So, all right.
That's
So,
I'm sorry, that's out of the blue. Did I miss something with John Goodman?
I have no idea.
Love him as an actor.
I do agree. He is as an awesome actor. So we've got our, as always, we've got Glenn Fleming starting out the beginning of our show before he goes and hangs out with the
Goes
Davies.
to a much more civilized, reasonable program with the dashing.
It's underrated, totally underrated.
Where's the fun? Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, and then
I heard Glenn has a book, and it has a title, but more importantly, it was edited by Brian K. Morris, and
well,
so all jokes aside, his Jack Kirby book is fundamental, and everyone should read it.
John Goodman is still alive, by the way. So
the other thing you guys need to know, because he taunts me. There's a recent discussion that came up through my Twitter thing. I think it was with Agent Zero. It might not have been, but whatever. Do you share the art you do for projects before you're cleared with your client? That came up.
I saw that question,
and it's a very good question because whenever I'm doing stuff, be it art or game design or whatever, I operate like I have an NDA until told otherwise. Now, some of my dear friends know this about me, and Glenn figured out very early. So he has sent me things that I am not allowed to. I can't share them, but I've seen some stuff involving Hatch. That's very, very exciting, and I am not trying to be tease it. I'm trying to share my suffering because I can't share it around.
Well, let me share something though about the guy who posed that question. He currently has a fan art contest, and so
true.
And so I'm like, dude, if you ask for fan art, submissions,
fans are gonna
submit it before you see it.
Because that is a good point because I do a lot of commissions. I've actually I'm working on some of probably my favorite art that I've ever done. Some of the coolest character design that I've ever vomited out of my mind hole. Okay. I mean,
wow.
I'm sorry. I went to the old doctor where you whistle and your head just opens up.
Yeah. So I mean, this is cool stuff, but it's not mine to share.
It's actually a snap, but yeah.
Well, as I'm the creator of Hatch, Nick, I'm not bound by NDAs. Do you want to see the latest piece I've just finished this morning?
Yes, always.
Are you ready for this now?
Yes.
Nobody's seen this.
And I what I love about Hatch is just the juxtaposition of such a simple character design on these unbelievable backgrounds.
What size do you print these books at, Glenn?
American size.
American size.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh well, the first
Now,
hatch book is A4.
Okay.
But
Now, is
so-
that a single panel on the page, or
no,
is that a whole page?
that's a double page spread.
Okay. Because one of these days, I think you ought to do like a giant art book.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think that'd be
Right now.
amazing. If you
Yeah,
did a giant
right
art
now.
book, that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, but as I was saying, it's not my art. This guy's work. It's not mine to share because he's
Yeah.
paid me for it. It's his work.
Yeah.
It's his. He has ownership of the thing, right? So he says, "Oh, it's going to be long. Like he's got a whole plan for launching it. I guess sometime in October, I'll get the word that, hey, you can share the crap out of the art that you just did, and I'm going to at that point. But I mean, it's great work. Absolutely. I will brag on me about it. I'm very excited about it. It's been tough, work on these designs. But it's been cool.
Hatch number 2 has been ready since before Christmas. I think I've said this before.
Yeah.
But I got into the Kirby book and wrote that and got that out, and it sort of pushed it.
I think I'm still waiting on my copy, Glenn. Either that or it's in the stack of stuff that I haven't opened yet.
I hope so. I sent it weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. So
weeks ago.
I'll look today, make sure it came in.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I haven't really got a chance.
But I've got so much stuff to get out now. There's 40 pages Hatch 2, all hand painted, and it's been ready since before Christmas. And
wow!
I keep saying to myself, don't you think it's about time you put it out? But it's, as you guys know, it's such a big deal mounting a campaign,
really
and then seeing it through. But otherwise, I might as well just throw it in the bin. So I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger. I mean,
I'm doing a second chance on the Killing Field Part 1 through 3 on Kickstarter. So as soon as they give me the thumbs up, I'll be launching it.
Yeah.
And I know it's like, oh, great, I can't believe I'm doing this. More campaigning.
I must admit, I don't like the campaigning bit. I don't like that.
I don't. Yeah.
I like to draw and then just pass it to somebody else, but that somebody else is me. So
right, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
that's
enjoy
why you
that.
need more Nita in your life.
Yeah, indie creators though, that's kind of our thing though, isn't it? We're the writers, we're the artists, we're the campaigners.
We do everything.
So it's like, so it's like when we're campaigning, we're not writing or drawing,
That's right.
And it's it gets complicated.
Like I'm talking to you guys now, and I should be drawing.
Right? Yeah. Like Agent Zero is, I'm working on some work with him. He's actually bringing it up right now. Speaking of Hatch, stay tuned. I'll be carrying the Arrow Comics Indie Revolt issue number 1 in my eBay store with features a preview short of Glenn B. Fleming's Hatch.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
But he's got a character. He's got a character that he's been showing that I've worked on the design. I'm doing the kind of the ash can for. And so Justin's a little different in that he wants to put all the stuff out quickly. He's like me. I'm like, there's no such thing as an NDA with hybrids except for the few things that Nick knows. And there's a very small inner circle of people that know the deepest, darkest secrets of the hybrid universe. So
that's why I can tolerate Glenn sending me this amazing stuff, because someday it'll be out. Luke tells me about 95% of what's going on. And I say that because he lives for when I turn the page on something I don't see coming. And he knows what page I'm talking about because he got messaged about it. There's a certain twist in one of the earlier books. And I'm not even going to risk spoiling it. If you haven't read it, you are going to walk right just full speed into a glass sliding door. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And it hit really, Luke? All he got was, really, Luke? Are you freaking kidding me? Seriously? And I'm just rage typing. You know?
As soon as I got the text, I was like, Beth, he got it.
Unfortunately, I'm not in the know because I'm a customer. So
he's I don't want to ruin any of the surprises for Cooper. Yeah, it's
I've even invented a character for him, but no, I'm not on the inside. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, you'll once we get past this first arc and you've gotten all the really cool surprises, then I'll have you help me with writing his his side story. So, but
Cool.
anyway,
Boy, did
anyway,
y'all see him cast those fish hooks into Luke? I don't know. I'm just a customer. Got me like,
yeah,
I
that
decided.
happened live. God,
Hey,
that
I had
happened
a
live.
grandmother. I know how to guilt someone. I had a grandmother.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
Yeah.
You got a pocket
That's
of words
okay.
original there?
That's okay.
Rion-
You want to visit
Rion
me
is
once
here.
a year? As much as I
Rion
love
says,
you.
Rion says they need to grab that one. You
Yeah.
do need to grab
Yes.
that one.
And
Someone
that's
is-
both Patriotic hybrids and someone
Yeah.
shared the concept for one of my characters to show his pinned tweet, but asked me first. No connection to me, so. But he asked. See, and that's the thing.
Yes, he
It only,
asked.
we live in an era of instant communication most of the time. There's some people like myself now who I turn off my notifications when I go to bed because it's the only way I can stand to sleep. But that being said, there's no reason why if you have any doubt, you don't just say, "Hey, I'm working with your IP. Is it cool if A or B?"
Yeah.
Now Luke normal Luke, and this may be the exception, would be it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. But I think in this case, this is
No,
what
have respect for the creator. Now, if it's fan art, that's a different story.
Oh yeah,
On my live draws, I do fan art of people's work, especially people that I admire. They're hardworking indie people. I try to do mostly indie stuff if I can. Unfortunately, the more mainstream characters get a lot more views in rewatch, but it's fun, so sometimes I'll do two. I'll do a mainstream character and an indie character, and so but yeah, so like those, like it's one thing to do fan art, but it's another thing. It's like, hey, I'm working on a redesign for myself for your character. Do you mind if I share it? I'm always like, yeah, like not only that, send it to me. I might publish it in one of the books. Let people see what you worked on, because
But hey, if you solicit art for your campaign
and that's it.
and
That's
they post it, then that's an entirely different animal.
That
and
is
I think
another-
that's
yeah.
what he was referring
and
to.
on that
Yeah.
one, I've started being very funny about. That's why I ask ahead in contracts, because I've had projects where I've done, here's the shared folder NDA, so you're the only one. I can keep all the art where you can see it, but no one else can. And it was the one time I was dumb. I did 100 pieces for a upcoming video game, and the art all disappeared. The guy disappeared. No money, no nothing. And my art showed up in a Chinese cell phone game. I got 100 pieces, and I had nothing to even back it up, because he went in and brushed it off. So it's like, wow, that's a toasty burn. But you know what?
That would have been hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Rion says, quite the snazzy affair. Now, Rion is a channel member, and if you're watching today from the Luke Stone Studios YouTube, you can become a channel member yourself. And I will be posting special videos that only channel members get. Coop, you're a channel member.
Yes, I am.
You're a channel member. And so, yeah, I'm actually working on a couple of cool videos, getting those edited that channel members will have first access to before the rest of the world gets them. So check that out. And you get fun, cool icons. And funny story, when I was having an artist do some work for me, I asked him if it was cool if I shared it. He was like, it's your IP. So was that me? Was that me, Justin? I think it was me that did that. Yeah. He was like, can you mind if maybe it was a different guy, but he asked, it's like, can I share that page layout? I'm like, it's yours, man. Like, yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's you tell me if I can share it. That's how that works. But
well, isn't it better when everybody's just kind of awesome to each other? I mean, I know it sounds redundant and silly, but if people just aren't dicks, everybody gets along better.
True. And you know what? Here's the thing, though. Being cool to each other doesn't get as many eyes on you, and so it's it's like what AC/DC says. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. So if you want to rock and roll with comics and do it with a good rep, it takes a long time. But man, if you cause rage and controversy, man, your channels will grow fast. Your subs will grow. You might make a lot of money on your first book, but that stuff dries up eventually. Or you've got to keep in a cycle of rage. You can't just like pull back, like, yeah, okay, I'll be cool with everyone now. It just doesn't work like that.
Then I hate to say it, but what's your product? Is your product really the comics you're putting out?
Oh, no. It's the rage, man.
The rage. And
yeah,
I mean, if I wanted to be a rage distributor, I could go work for, pick a network, decide, yeah, I agree with this thing. I have no problem getting in a suit and like, this is wrong and I'll tell you why. Clickbait city, but that has no spiritual sustainability. And
that doesn't build anything.
Right. And I gotta look myself in the mirror. I'm not a pretty face. I have a face for radio. But I don't want any more shame added on to that,
Right. Frog G's here. Hello, Frog G.
Hey, Frog.
Now we have a special guest with us today, and we'll talk more about Brandon's product here in a little bit. But this is Brandon Staroki.
Close.
Staraki.
Yes.
Staroki.
Yeah.
Dang it! I got the C right, but I got the O wrong.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's
it's a
O with a little thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well,
There you go.
anyway, Brandon's got a really cool product that we're going to be looking at. Brandon, where are you at?
Where am I at?
Yeah, where are you at?
In my house.
Oh,
There it is.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm like
he's on the moon.
Technical difficulties. We had to.
Oh, he's gone. I was worried there.
No, I like that. See, that is the proper nerd bacon response.
Yeah.
At my house. Duh.
And,
that.
like me, I'm at my house.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
no, we're I'm up in Erie, PA area.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Pennsylvania, all right. Yeah. So we're all over the place here. We're Florida. We got Indiana. We got North Carolina, right?
Yup.
North Carolina.
Glenn.
And then we've got Glenn.
England.
He's across the pond.
And I'm going to drop out now. Now we've said that. Now Brandon's about to start with his epic book, which I wish he'd
actually,
I'm going to go.
What we're going to talk about next, and you probably shouldn't be a part of this, is our favorite patriotic characters.
Captain America.
4th of July.
Captain America.
Captain America?
Yeah.
Well, okay, hopefully we're going to bring up some that aren't Captain America. Today. But
I will
Captain America.
see you on the catch up, and if you're still here later, I'll see if I can drop back in.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I've got
Glenn,
to go.
thanks for being here. Everybody check out Glenn's book. It's a great product.
It's on Indiegogo in demand. It's all about Jack Kirby when I went to see him, and you get a DVD of me speaking with him. Unique.
There's copies of all the love letters that he sent.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Everything.
All the creepy stalking.
All the stuff, all the bringing people up. And,
You know how many hours Glenn had to sit in that bush to get that picture?
Seriously.
I tell you,
Yeah.
nobody does paparazzi like the Brits.
And I did it twice. Right,
All right,
I'm
Glenn,
going.
You
I'll
have a
see
good
you
show,
later.
man. Have a good one.
See ya.
All right, yeah. So we'll talk about your project here in a bit, but just tell everybody a little bit about you so we can kind of get to know who Brandon Staroki is. Staroki is.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you want to correct him again? Because you got it good last time.
Dang it.
My name is Brandon Staroki. I've lived in Erie all my life and all that stuff. I in high school is kind of like when this idea kind of came up to do what I'm doing now, but I didn't know what to do. There you go. Yep.
Rocky.
There you go. And then I've always liked the film industry and all that stuff. My dad was a big movie guy, so we were constantly watching movies and all that stuff. So I went to the New York Film Academy to check it out.
Ooh.
And I figured out it's very, very expensive and I can't afford that. So I came back to Erie to get like a normal job. And then I met my co-writer Alan Dingfelder, and we kind of like collaborated and put this thing together and all that stuff. So we're both new to this comic industry. I've always liked comics, like specific comics growing up. I wasn't like your traditional person where, I've heard people say they're like born with a comic in their hand and all that stuff. I wasn't into it like that, but I've always liked like, the Batmans, The Walking Dead was a big one for me, and like the little smaller kind of comics as well, like 30 Days of Night and little weird comics like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice references. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the comics that I kind of like. But so this is all sort of new to us, so it's just like meeting the community. This is all something that we've been working on the last 2 years, like going out to these events, these local, comic places and all that stuff, and meeting everybody in this industry and all that, or not industry, that in this world, this comic world is kind of like new, and it's actually
right.
really
It's
fun.
an industry.
Yeah.
An industry.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people try to call it a community. I think there are pockets of community inside of the industry, but it's definitely an industry.
Yeah. It's definitely fun. It's definitely, and not that I thought it was bad, but it's definitely better than I thought it was. Everybody's awesome. Everybody likes, everything. There's no real, there's your typical.
Oh, you haven't met everybody yet.
Yeah. Okay. Then maybe I'm still getting a good half of people then.
Yeah. Wait till you're fusing. I'll tell you what, that so and so can go take a long walk off a short bridge. Yeah. But anyway,
I guess that's
so here's something
basically the
about here's something about you, Brand, that I liked right away. Is you're like, I'm kind of new to this. I liked comics, but I'm not like, big in it. These are some books that I liked. And then you're like that, but then you get excited about meeting people and doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
There are so many people out there that they feel this need to pretend like they know everything about comics. Like they can tell you what issue something happened. Because when someone asks, now I don't like those, they call it gatekeeping. I don't think it's really gatekeeping. When I ask somebody like, who's your favorite character or who's your favorite X-Men, it's not to find out how much you know. It's to find out
who you love.
like.
Yeah.
So,
like who you are. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that we can connect on that on some level. Right. And some people get so like, they try to pretend like they know more or than what they are. You know what?
They show up with a slideshow.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know this, and that.
Yeah, comics isn't about that. There are people that have that level of knowledge. It's like baseball. I love going to baseball games. I can't tell you who plays what. I don't watch baseball on TV because it is rather boring, but I love going to the field and watching it.
Yeah.
There's something about being in the stadium watching baseball.
Yeah.
Drinking a beer, the hot dogs, and then hearing the clink of the ball going.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
All of that.
I've always enjoyed going to baseball games, but I will not watch them on TV. Just like you said, I'm very similar in that way. I love going to them, hate watching them. Don't know anything about it either.
Yeah. So for me, it's very possible to have that same level of comic book association and still want to make one, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I think it's more or less like, at least for me, it's just trying to, show what's in my head, and the reason we didn't want to do a novel or anything like that is because I love the movie things. I love how the cameras and seeing it and people's reactions and all that stuff. And comics is the cheapest way to do that and still do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it opened up a whole new thing. And that's why I respect and I admire more comics now, ever since I was working on this and knowing all the crap that kind of comes with it. You know what I mean?
Making comic books is hard too.
Yeah, it really is. It's not easy, and not that I ever thought it was, but it definitely was harder than I.
Making good comics is hard.
Yeah.
Making good comics is hard.
Thank you, Rion.
Thank
you for the super chat. $20 super chat. So generous. Thank you very much. Hail to comic books. Comic books can change your life. Yes, they can. And what I'm hearing Brandon saying is comic books change his life.
Right. Yeah.
They're changing it. You're in the process.
Yeah, I'm in the process of it changing my life. And I've heard a lot of people say stuff like that, and they give me their backstories and all that stuff. And then it's just like how like people go down dark paths, and then they they stumble across a comic, and then they like love it. Then they live for those comics. Every week they go to the comic store and all that stuff. And those are some cool stories too. I've heard just from a couple local people I've met. And it's just it's really crazy that how much of an impact the comic industry has on people.
Yeah.
Well, had Had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
yeah. I guess that's I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still having. The
Uh-huh.
comics industry is bigger than the couple of publishers that are sitting at the top. Okay.
Right. Yep.
And like I was watching Randy last night on Zimcast, and they were talking that really this whole mainstream and indie, there's really no mainstream anymore.
No.
Because now it's they've become big movie studios is what it is, and the comics are just now seem to be kind of a byproduct of that.
Mhm.
But the comics industry in general, because I know people that buy more indie, like what you would consider indie comics, small press publishers, than they buy the big press publishers. I'm
Right.
one of them. There's hardly anything in my pull list that isn't. I spent $10 on a indie book that I never heard of. It was a sampler book on an art auction last night because it was like, hey, this company sent this sampler to our store. We're putting it up for for $5, and I was like, I'll take it for 10. I'm like, they're like, it's up for 5. I go, I'll take it for 10 because it's an indie books. I love what's coming out of my mind.
Luke, can you see who that Facebook user is?
I can't.
You can't. Oh, okay. All right.
I can't. So
I don't know if I'm dissing you or not. So there you go. I can't tell. So.
I don't know. It's very
think
possible.
the spirit of our hearts. If you think we probably are.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it might be inadvertent, Maybe
Yeah,
I'm inadvertently dissing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, do you feel
remember,
insulted?
I'm the nice
You
guy
feel
on the
insulted?
show, but if we hurt your feelings and you're wondering if
Yeah.
it's directed at you, it probably is by what
Yeah.
usually
Mhm.
say.
Another one of our wonderful channel members says, "Who wants to be the comic book guy from The Simpsons?" Actually, it's adamantium. It's stronger than Wakanda.
Right.
Yeah, it is fun to have those discussions and debates with your friends. But at the end of the day, it's funny books, right? And again, Randy's writing a book on this about how comics were always the hated stepchild, the redheaded stepchild, if you will, of the arts industry.
The
Nobody
worst
looked at it
thing
with
that
him.
has ever happened to comics is they became cool. That's the
Right,
worst thing
yeah.
that ever happened to them.
Now all the
You
cool
know.
kids that never liked comics before are trying to
Yeah,
make them.
yeah.
They're trying to make them, right? And that's why fans get disillusioned by it. But here's the thing: like, we get to make really cool
Oh,
comics
this
now.
is
See, I believe
Dojo.
you can
No,
Oh,
try.
it's Dojo?
no, I'm not making fun of you, Dojo. No, not
it's
okay.
Dojo? No.
But no, Dojo's terrifying, and I
There's
respect
plenty
it.
of people that show up with slideshows. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily you.
Ow!
We like. I kind of like slideshows from time to time.
This is a good
because
point
it
to
helps hold my
remind you
attention,
that Nerd Bacon, the opinions of our guests are not reflective of the Rage and Chew broadcast network, although Luke Stone's channel does not care. And T Bunny is totally on his own for any cease and desists that Dojo Kun may. I know
Tell
he's
me.
had experience
Tell me.
with
Yes, hit the like and subscribe.
Farcically, so he's got some spare.
Yep.
Some storytellers, though.
Just white out the names.
Yes. Dojo, welcome, Dojo.
We love Dojo.
Sometimes
Dojo makes, my God, projectile reptile.
Mhm.
Tell me that is not the coolest look. I mean, that is one of the coolest.
So,
concepts,
I have to. Sorry, Dojo. I gotta say it. Say it. But every time I hear something about erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
Like erectile
that
reptile
would
or
be a hilarious
Discharge,
like
yeah.
Well,
name.
erectile reptile would be an upright rectile. So
that would be
that's all erectile means is upright.
Dojo. Do
So
it.
there you
Okay,
go.
so I'm working on a
Reptile
character.
dysfunction. Come on,
The reptile
one
dysfunction.
episode called reptile dysfunction. One little
Yeah.
short where it's too dang cold for him.
That'd be perfect. So
One with-
my wife and I.
Besides, they're
are-
cold-blooded. They need warmth anyway. So there you go.
Yeah.
My wife and I are creating a character together because we realized that it would be. So we realized. So I'm like second wave feminist. I'm not this third wave feminist stuff where, you
Yep.
wear the pink hats and, all men must die. And, that I find that counter.
But then
counterintuitive.
they can't tell you what a woman is. They're doing a woman's march. But
Right,
they can't
yeah.
tell you what a woman is. So, yeah.
So I'm like second wave feminist. I understand that there are unequal expectations, right? So if I work a job outside the house, there's no expectations for me to come home and make dinner that night or whatever. I am expected to mow the lawn, fix things up around the house or whatever. But for my wife, if she works a full-time job, she's expected to come take care of the kids, be the one that goes to the school, be the room mother, all those kind of things, do the dishes, do the laundry, make the meals. She goes, the workload is there's a kind of an unwritten expectation, right? And so we thought, man, it'd be really funny to have a character that's like, a woman in her 40s that's going through menopause. So instead of like with the X-Men, how when they become teenagers and they go through puberty, they get their powers. She got her powers because she's going through menopause. And so she gets them, but yet she's still expected to do all these things, but she gets really like grumpy and kind of like just fed up. Like she's always like in an eye roll, like, like she's just totally put out by
That's a great
the
character
fact that she's
concept.
got to do it. Yeah. So I think it'd be a funny thing. And I was like, I need to find somebody to help me write that. And I think I know.
And she'll have thermal powers. She'll have
Yes.
thermal powers.
That's exactly what she said. She thinks she's the
her
Human
name Hot
Torch.
Flash? Is her name seriously Hot Flash?
Well,
Are
it
we
is
really-
now. It is now. Now it's
that's
Hot
awesome.
Flash.
That's
So stick around for the misadventures of Hot Flash.
Oh,
And
Oh, that's a winner. You have to give us credit on that one, man.
yeah.
Luke's
No,
good about credit. Luke is really good about
I
credit.
am. I'm good about credit. I give credit where credit is due. And yeah.
So Hot Flash and mood
everything's going
swings.
to the good Brandon.
She's kind of like Moon Knight. She has these extraordinary mood swings. She becomes two different people. It's almost like Jekyll and Hyde. So yeah.
Frog Jesus, did you say art auction? Did you know that there will be an art auction on Red Valkyrie this Saturday?
Oh,
You know what? I did not know that. I have not been asked to be a part of that art auction. So it must not be for me.
No.
But I may buy something if I have the money.
Yeah.
Hojo's now on YouTube. Welcome. Now we can see your name. Cooper and I just had this convo this morning about the publishing companies. The man has lost all hope. Save him, bacon ears. Yes. Hojo is no wait, it's Coop. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm so discombobulated. Hojo's always been here. I thought it was Dojo.
No.
Oh my
Dojo was here too. He's just a Facebook user.
All right, so here's
So,
I'm gonna.
This
come
is
clean.
Hojo. That was Dojo.
I'm gonna
so.
come clean.
Yeah.
I was in a lot of pain this morning. Okay.
Okay.
So I may have doubled up on my pain meds.
Oh, okay.
That explains why you and I have a similar train of thought. It's just
It's everywhere.
like,
It's everywhere.
And so
I don't even know what's
you know what?
happening right now.
Let's do something shocking for a moment. Let's get back onto the alleged theory that the show was about today, and say,
Yes.
I will always say Captain America is the best, probably one of the best superheroes ever, and that's why he's also why I stopped mainstream, because when Marvel had Captain America, say
Hell Hydra.
That was literally the moment where I was looking through the book.
Shark.
Not even. I did this. I'm like, I try because he's one. I think we need characters like Captain America to remind folks that not everyone needs to be an anti-hero.
Yeah.
And these crazy things like being a decent person and caring, and nobility, and these things that they want to attack actually do still matter, and they're even more relevant in their absence than they are when they're popular. And that's why when Superman is written right, he's the best character ever. I'm thinking Superman All Seasons, I think is what it was called.
Okay.
That really cool like 4-part of different aspects of his life. That hits. Another one, and I'm going to go a little cheesy on this because it's a DC one, but Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters.
Okay. Yeah.
One,
Okay.
where he's the literal personification of American patriotism. And, like, it's literally Uncle Sam going out and punching, like, what was it? The supreme chairman of the Red Army. I mean, like, the red, it was the supreme chairman. They were red.
When you guys are done, I've got an article from Cracked that has 15 absurd patriotic characters, and so we'll see some of these patriotic characters.
You know what? It was so unapologetically, you know, they're talking about some other character, and I think he's patriotic as apple pie. Well, I think he's as cracked as the Liberty Bell. You know, and you hear all this stuff going on, and it's just, again, it's like, the worse the world gets, the more I like old school, slightly absurdist heroes, where they're just good guys. Just blatantly.
I like the escapism in that. Yeah.
You know, because then I don't, you know, sometimes you want depth in comics, and sometimes you just want to see the good guys punch the bad guys and lock them up till they get out again in the next couple issues. And you know, that was great.
I just want to see a bad guy that what they want to do is just put cats in trees.
Yeah,
like that's just their whole. That's their whole shtick.
Yeah,
like,
and they do it with a catapult.
With a catapult. There you go. All right, so stay tuned for Coop and I's new collaboration called Catapult.
The Catapult.
And, it's about a villain who puts cats in trees.
Hot Flash really needs like a comic villain. Like a comic relief villain. Like I could be dealing with this, and I'm dealing with you're a grown man, Harold.
Stop putting cats in trees. Find a new hobby. Have you tried model trains? Baby collecting comic books. I don't know. There's plenty of people to argue with.
Anyway, I shared something. This is me and Dave Bliss's idea of American heroes. So, how America is this, man?
Well, it's a black screen.
That's a black screen. Ah, crap.
Yeah, it's just a black.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was a joke. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This is your character.
Yeah.
With
Ironsides and American Bliss.
American Bliss.
Yeah.
American Bliss. She's blissful.
Yep. She's very blissful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to say this real quick. Dojo says I should make a one-page parody of my own IP. You should. I'm fully in support of that. And so,
yeah. Make it an Axel Braun version.
Yeah. E-Reptile.
E-Reptile.
I think that is what I said. I think I said E-Reptile.
Bob has confidence.
I had to have get something out of it.
Yeah. There you go. That's America right there.
Here this morning. Jody McPhee is here today. Welcome, Joe, from the desk of a small press publisher. Man, that's a mouthful for me, especially on a day like today. LMAO Production Association. Luke, you make me think about the Austin Powers Dr. Evil jokes about Preparation H and ice cream. Yes, that's me.
Yeah,
that's my kind of humor. I love those Austin Power movies. In fact,
I've been watching Sledgehammer. I've been watching Sledgehammer since you brought it back into my life. I found it on Crackle, I think, and
Sledgehammer is great. Yeah, Sledgehammer is great. Definitely, the relationship is that Nick and I have usually is the police chief and Hammer. Yeah, Hammer. Yeah, he's always just waiting.
Walk around with a paper airplane sticking out of the back of my hair.
Yeah, so I want to make an action figure of Nick. Luke and Nick one day we're gonna make action figures or standees for little chibis or whatever for the desk. I'm gonna be sitting there with this like evil grin on my face, and Nick's gonna be like this.
Oh, God.
And he's just gonna be holding his head like that.
Nick with epic facepalm action,
Yeah, so it's gonna be great. The one who gets her powers from menopause. Don't make her like Amelia Clark's mom.
Yeah, mom. The mom comic. No, you don't want.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that.
No.
No. Beast, huh? Yeah. All right, let's see. Let me get a little caught up on here. Talk about these two characters here for a second.
Yep, America Bliss. He's actually got
Thank
a
you,
comic
Dojo.
of her coming out from Genuine Comics. Be on watch for that. And that's Ironsides, my primary character from my comic book called Community Service. Escape from Little Bighorn's the first arc, and the first issue is going to be preambles, and I've got a sign up I'm working on that's going to come out in the fall, and hopefully we'll start the campaign maybe late winter or early next year. So we'll see.
Well, okay. Now we've heard the plug, but tell us something about the characters.
Oh, okay. Well,
always be promoting.
All right, I don't know about America Bliss. I think she's a legacy character in his universe. She's like the daughter of their Captain America or something. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Ironsides, however, as another animal in my world, people that have these powers can live extraordinarily long lifespans, and he was the first hero America had. And then about he died like 9 times for the country, but he came back. It's kind of like the guy of Africa, as long as Africa exists.
Okay,
yeah. But he's come back 9 times.
Alan Quartermain.
Right,
Sorry.
Alan Quartermain. You're exactly right.
I had to pull the name out.
Yeah, right. So 9 times he's come back, and but the last time, to make sure he didn't come back, they tried to transform him into a crystal. But they only got his arm and his eye before there's an intervention. So they retired him, told him that if he died this time, he would die permanently. But then, during the course of 50 years behind a desk job, he discovered he still had some powers. And so the comic book is him coming out of retirement to try to save a bunch of criminals that are doing community service. So it's but he's a very upstanding, upright guy. He remembers he remembers the founding fathers and
I want to say something about your character that you don't talk about often.
Okay.
But really impacted me about your character. So I knew, like, Telepathic Bunny Comics. You told me the story behind that. I got the unique pleasure of being able to come up with your avatar for the company.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved working with you doing that. But your character, Ironside, is based on your brother. And the love that you have for your brother shows through in the care that you take with your character. I just want to say that.
Oh, thank you.
And so there is, it's those personal elements, I think, behind the character. What makes indie comics so much better than what we're getting in the technical mainstream these days. Definitely. Because these people don't care about the characters, but you care about this guy. Not because he's your character, because he's your brother.
Yeah, right.
You treat him like you do your brother. And I got to tell you, you made a tweet talking about, your brother and kind of his last days a couple weeks ago. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me cry.
Oh,
like I'm sitting there, I'm crying. And it's like, what are you crying? Are you crying about Jesus? I said, no, I'm crying about Coop's brother. Because normally if I'm crying, I'm crying about Jesus.
Right. Right.
It happens often. So, but no, it was very touching. Very, very touching. Yep. But these are great characters. They're very good patriotic characters. I like them very much.
And I'm working on this right now. So.
Oh, hold on. Let me throw a little Miracle Girl on your screen.
Right.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's an action figure.
Action figure. It's even got the arm, everything.
I like that we've got a little, that we got a character that's, got male pattern baldness, a little long in the tooth. Right. I like characters like that.
Wait. Are you talking about representing people in comics who look like people you see walking down the street? I mean, wait, I thought you were CG. I didn't think that was possible.
Uh,
I thought you were a
Yeah.
hat group there, and you know.
well, actually, he's got a little bit more muscle tone than you expect on a 60-something looking old man. So yeah.
Oh, I've met
Yeah.
some 60-year-old men that are pretty buff.
Yeah.
Hojo
That's
says
pretty
I was a fan of U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
His character arc is very long and winding road, and he had a good example on how to carry a legacy and be a good person. He stumbled, picked himself up. I agree. Very good character.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. That'll mess someone up. More so thinking about it. Greek lessons are insane. I must have missed something. Wow, someone brought up Uncle Sam in the Freedom Fires. Bully for you, Nick. Oh, wait till you see what we got coming up here. Punisher serving as Cap in the first Marvel Civil War. That worked out great for everyone.
Well,
Right. Yeah.
let's talk about the Howling Commandos and you know the DC equivalent Sergeant Rock and
Mhm.
Easy Company. The World War II guys, they're not red, white, and blue usually. I mean, Cap excluded. But you want to talk patriotic? Look, they're literally.
This is my version of them, right? By the way. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's the young version of him, right?
That's the Freedom 5. So.
Freedom 5.
But yeah,
Ludwig is definitely an escapism guy.
Yep.
And Joe D. McPhee thinks that the Hell Hydra Cap moment was blown out of proportion. I don't know that it was for people that love Cap. It was kind of a, it's like saying Jesus was a Satan worshiper. I think to some people, that's kind of how that felt to him.
And the other thing was you got to remember the time that they chose to do it. 2019 for a lot of people who were paying attention was like really freaky. There was a lot of stuff going down. It was a time where we really felt we needed heroes, and like you could just anybody paying attention knew something huge was coming.
Yeah.
Like, I remember freaking about 2019 and praying 2020 would be better, and I was wrong.
Gotten worse. Every year's gotten worse since 2016. Every year's progressively gotten worse.
Yep.
You know what happened? Harambe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They killed Harambe. And the world went nuts. Just saying. Doja Kun says Catapult would be a nemesis for Siamese. Yeah, those lesbian sisters getting chucked up in a tree every issue. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Okay, now I that literally could be hilarious though. Like I'm not even because now I'm picturing all the cat-based superheroes across the multiverses. Like, Catwoman's in the middle of her thing, and you see Sprung, and she flies, lands up in the tree, and then
Black Panther.
Oh God!
He'd have to be careful because it'd be a hate crime.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like you guys are joking, but I'm thinking this is up Don Chen's alley. Okay, with X-Farce and stuff like that. This is satire, parody, like at its best, I think. All right, so Coop and I are working on a new project. Look for it to come out early 2023.
There you go.
Yeah. Jody says it was not the best twist at all. It was not a good twist. It was not even a welcome twist.
No, and they made
they tried and they failed.
Big deal. This is real. This is canon. This isn't a duplicate. Marvel kept doubling down, and it's like,
there you go. Somebody already came up with the backstory.
There you go. Frog G's got his backstory by day. He's a forklift operator, shown lifting a box of forks, literally. By night, the catapulter. Yep.
There you go.
I'm telling you, it's going down. This is how greatness.
This will be the new orangutan. AR orangutan. Yeah.
Honestly, what's happening today is really how some of my brainstorming for comic book ideas happen. Usually they're more serious than this, but why not just be completely farcical today? Because I like the idea.
Do that once in a while.
Yep.
You just gotta let your brain run.
A villain team up between a reptile and catapult. Yeah, that could be really funny too. Yeah, he needs to be like a crossover character that he just, he's in everybody's books, and somehow he ends up in everybody. Like in every universe, there's a version of this guy kind of like in the multiverse. He exists in everybody's universe.
Actually, that's in the works. That's several of us are ganging up and putting the same character in all of our.
Well, you
our
know,
books,
nobody's
so,
talked to me about
yeah.
that, so screw you guys.
Well, I'll have the guy talk to you if you're into
All
it.
right.
So.
Well, I expect everyone to talk to me about everything.
Well,
because
I apologize.
because I am an entitled white man in America.
Oh.
What,
Oh,
you're
I'm
not
sorry.
going to go with
I'm
because
sorry.
I'm the one who knocks? You really
I'm
are.
sorry. I forgot the
intoxicated
white
today.
privilege. I forgot your white privilege. I
Do not
apologize.
forget. Do not forget.
I am the one who knocks.
All right. Somebody said we're roboting again.
Oh. How
80
bad?
says we're roboting. Hopefully we're not, because this is getting on my nerves. If that's the case, this will be the last week that I use StreamYard. We will find a different method to broadcast because there's plenty other options. I'm not having problems every week with this thing.
Gotcha.
So I'm not getting roboting issues. Good. Okay. So it must just be Agent Zero. So check your internet. Hopefully that's all it is. Thanks,
It's not
Nick.
us. It's not
Wish
us.
there were more
It's you.
Quartermen.
It's you.
Tom.
Quartermain.
I've been thinking of Tom.
Tom
Quartermain.
Sawyer.
Tom
Oh,
Story
yeah.
stories.
League of
Put those two
Extraordinary
together.
Gentlemen. Not only was it an incredible comic, it's one of those movies that people tell me sucked, and I tell them you have the right to
I
be
like
wrong.
it. I
I loved that movie. I could sit down and watch it every time and have a great. It never fails to provide a wonderful romp in absurdity and if you don't get it, that's fine. Maybe it wasn't for you, but don't poo on it because other people like it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Dojo keeps ragging me that that Ironside's pecs are too feminine, but
Well,
I don't know. He hasn't seen enough male pecs.
well, they don't look like boobs to me. So,
Nope.
righteous reason of origin. I dig it. So Rion is behind that. So he likes it.
Yeah,
Muttman is here. Welcome, Muttman. Welcome to the.
I had
chat. We're having a good time
nothing
today.
to do with Harambe's assassination. I had nothing.
Yeah, Coop was behind it all.
Nothing to do with it.
We blame
wait.
Coop.
Did you hear that tone? The last time I heard that tone, it was, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I'm sorry, that delivery was the same. What
No.
did you do?
That was I did not have sex with that woman. So that
I
wasn't
did
the same
not
tone.
have sexual relations
was
with that woman.
not the
It all
same
depends on
tone.
what your
No,
definition of
no.
is. But having said that, I do want to bring up Jody McPhee's thing. No, this is not a conversation for another time, and it's not even a debate. Red, White, and Black was a great story. It was one of the best, well-written, best told Captain America stories that really helped communicate a different perspective for Americans and comic book fans. And I'll tell you what, I'm on the hunt for a full set of Red, White, and Black for my collection, and it's getting very difficult to find. But once I do, it'll be a prized possession. So no
Who
debate
wrote it?
from this panel.
Who wrote that?
I don't even remember. I don't know
know.
all that stuff. I just know I like it. So
I'll look for it.
yeah, so whoever did it did a
Alright.
good job. They might suck on everything else, but they did a good job on that. Yeah, Don Chen stuff is pretty fire. It really is. He's hilarious. He's going to be on our panel tonight, and one of the things we're going to ask is, how do you handle satire
Parody.
and parody, as a Christian without getting, because you can get pretty racy pretty quick, and most parody and satire usually takes that route. Don does not. And he's still funny, which tells you how funny he really is. Cap saying Hail Hydra is like Jesus being found to the original mutant. Yes. Yeah, that did happen, and I'm not happy about that either. Greetings, sinners. Just came here to say hi. Have a great day. By the way, great show last week. I love the nostalgic vibe. Alf, Hill Street Blues, cheers. Automan, the man from the Atlantis. Yes, all those things we're not going to show because, like I said, Marv, check this out. Our YouTube channel, like last week, you can't even see those. They blocked them in the U.S. They blocked those shows in the U.S.
Red, White, and Black was written by Robert Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Google Fu, I'm not being an actually, but I figured if you wanted to know.
Actually, yeah. Google. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Robert Morales. So maybe we'll check out some other stuff he did because he did a great job on that. Great American Heroes. Fun time. So let's get ahead here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And roboting, not orbiting. Okay, so no roboting. So we're good here. Doja Kuhn says Truth, Red, White, and Black is a 7-issue comic book limited series written by Robert Morales, drawn by Kyle Baker. Kyle Baker did a fine job on that too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get stuck in trees.
Trade is going for 125.
Yes, it's very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That came out wrong. All right, so here's what I want to show you guys. Check this out.
Okay.
Here are some. We're going to talk about these, and then we're going to talk about Avalon Comics.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here let's let me get this Chrome tab open.
All right.
Tab
us, baby. Tab us.
Tab.
Ta-da!
Magic tab.
I haven't had tab in years.
This article is from
Oh,
crack.com.
Uh-oh.
So you
Wow, that alone is a callback. Cracks.com.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while.
So
I've actually seen this article before.
So number
Show.
they're number 15. There's a 15. We're going to count down to the most. Here I'm going to put the link to the article in our comments so that people can have that. Go visit Cracked. You know, we're going to feature what they've done.
Warning,
today.
warning. Some of the things that they think is ridiculous is actually more
really good
conservative America. So
yeah. So they're
Just
more
so you
left
know.
leaning. Yeah, they're more left leaning, but
like everything.
yeah, but you know, I don't get butthurt over things,
Mm-mm.
so I can still laugh at a liberal.
There you go.
Laugh with and at, so it
Mhm.
works
There
out
you go.
both ways
There
for
you
me.
Hey.
And right there, I just watched the ticker go down. I just ticked off all our liberal watchers. Sorry.
Woohoo! Uh-oh.
Nick is over there. He's like, oh my gosh, because Nick is
3
our
eyeballs
resident
just
Democrat.
went boop.
Yeah. Nick is our resident Democrat here.
Oh no. Oh, you bless your heart.
Oh God! So calling me a Democrat is not really fair. With
That's
what
not fair. No, that's not
okay.
fair.
Okay.
No,
that's not fair.
it's like
Mm.
when they give you a party that says the Constitution is where we should start,
Mhm.
I'll be that. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. That's actually conservatism, but okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. There.
And
Well,
Joe says, "Lou, clean that up quick." Yeah, I've been doing this for a minute. I don't know if when I was in the hospital, I watched a lot of live streams. I learned what to do, what not to do.
Mhm.
All right, so the Shield is number 15. These superpowers from a special formula. He fought Nazis and he was bulletproof. He's basically Captain America, but before Captain America existed. So he's kind of like the early version, and that costume is on point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got
Fighting
the
Yank.
Fighting Yank. Yes, the Fighting Yank with that tricorn hat
Mm-hmm.
and that white shirt with American flag printed on it.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's got a Hitler special.
Ah.
Yeah, this guy's fun.
Uh-huh.
And Fighting Yank wasn't a term for violent masturbation back in 1941.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
I thought that was funny. Uncle Sam. So you mentioned Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of patriotic demon. The mythical being created by the founding fathers during an occult ritual. He was created during an occult ritual.
Mhm.
Can you say Bohemian Grove?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Number 12, U.S. Jones. His name is actually U.S. Jones. And get this, he was a professional baseball pitcher that was infected with a virus to create a race of Wonder Men. Okay, it's like the American version of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, moving right along. This one's great. Yankee Poodle.
Woohoo!
Went to town at chewing on a bony. This patriotic pup is able to repel objects with her magnetic stars while attracting other objects with magnetic stripes. She's essentially Captain America with magneto powers in poodle form.
Oh,
Just
that's
village, you know.
I love this one, number 10.
Super.
Look at that. Well, look at that stars and stripes cod piece he's wearing.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's
Never talk about what's your character's name again?
Ironsides.
Ironsides. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't remember that ever.
Well, he did have a red stripe, on the zipper line, but I decided that not to do that. So.
Yeah, I mean, let's not talk about Ironsides man boobs. Let's talk about Super Patriots Star Spangled Codpiece. Unlike other World War II heroes, John Quincy Armstrong was used as a guinea pig by the Nazis, not the U.S. government. As he kept superheroing after the war, he got chomped up by a shark man, turned into a cyborg. I think so. Here's the deal: the whole Bucky and Winter Soldier storyline. It feels a little bit like they kind of took that here.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we got someone new in the chat today. We've got Muhammad Zunair. Hi, man. I haven't sent you a message in the inbox. Can we chat? Well, you can certainly try if I get it, and if what you want to chat about is comic books or faith or just checking out how I'm doing. But if you got a complaint, I'll send you to Nick.
Yep.
Nick is complaining. I hope to get Hero on that list someday. Hopefully, man. Absolutely.
There you go.
And then, and I'll tell you what. By the end of this, Joe's going to need those butt pad underwear because he is laughing his off. U.S. Jones. What if Randy Johnson or Nolan Ryan or dare I say John Rocker, Bad Joe Bad, was given powers to save the U.S. That's basically what it would be like. Yeah. Patrick Duffy. Yeah. So, all right. So let's get back to number 9, Mr. America. Indiana Jones with a mask and cape. Yep. Americommando.
Americommando. Now, that's a great name. That's got some chunk to it. I love Tex Thompson.
This dude just all he does is beat up Nazis with a bullwhip. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And here you go, Liberty Bell. What a great design.
Yeah,
what a cool character. And why is she not more popular? She got her powers from the spirit of America after the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia was rung. Like that gave her powers.
Now, see, I'm ready to see her and a Uncle Sam team up. Like Uncle Sam and Liberty Bell just mess up Putin. I'd watch it.
Here's Miss America. Miss America is so nice that both major companies have a version. DC and Marvel both have Miss America.
I have to say I approve of both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They both have very
DC's
very nice
version
accents.
of Miss America got her powers after dreaming of the spirit of Lady Liberty. Well, the Marvel version was struck by lightning during a lab accident.
As you do.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. Happens all the
time. If I had a dime.
There you go.
All right. Minuteman, which is my nickname in college.
Wow.
Safe for work.
Once again, I'd like to remind you that Luke's comments are not.
Minuteman has the power of owning a star-spangled shirt. Yeah. This is his power. He's got a long sleeve polo.
Yep.
And he puts that on and he beats up Nazis. That is literally his powers. Here's the thing. Anybody that gets a power because they find an article of enchanted whatever and they put it on, I do not care for those storylines. Which is why I don't care for the Miss Marvel TV show. Right? She got her powers by putting on her grandma's bracelet.
Oh.
Like she didn't earn those powers. No. You know, like they don't change her life. She could easily take off the bracelet and hand it to somebody else. And I just don't care for storylines like that. I only liked it in the movie The Mask because Jim Carrey was funny. Yeah. And that's why I like that one. Now this one right here, The Tick. Everybody remember
American
the show The
From
Tick?
Tick. Yes.
American Made. She could, with deadly accuracy, throw her high heels.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
What a great character.
Mm-hmm.
God love brunettes. Oh, Force of July. There's the team called Force of July, a secret American government super team fighting not just villains, but anyone against America's best interest in gritty fashion. There's a reason many of them end up on the Suicide Squad. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, see, if you want to do poignant political stuff, you could have fun with that title.
Mm-hmm.
This one, yeah, 4th of July. This seems like a storyline that we should all try to find and check out a little bit more.
Right. Well, they dump all the people that they hate on the Suicide Squad. So
Rihanna's asking if 1940 was that during propaganda time. I believe it was. Actually, really, let's be really truthful. We're always in propaganda time.
But that was peak glorious propaganda time.
Yeah.
Right.
Because yet the one nice thing from propaganda standpoint is the Nazis are evil, and anyone who sides with the Nazis, please just, I don't need your money, I don't need your time. If you support the Nazi, just walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So send all complaints to Nita.
Mm-hmm.
They will be.
Hey, you know what? You go ahead. You
Right,
complain to Nita because I'm anti-Nazi.
Yeah.
See how well that rides.
Yeah.
But it depends on who you call Nazi.
Muhammad wants to talk about my YouTube channel. Muhammad, you can message me. We might talk about that. You might not. Countryman.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did miss that. He's right. You did miss that, man.
What happened?
You missed the Minuteman joke with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, there was no one?
Yeah, that's what she said. You missed it. Yeah.
I did miss it. Yeah, that's what she said.
Right.
I sometimes, sometimes it happens.
It's the drugs. We'll say it's the drugs.
That's what she said. You're slipping. Yeah. Well, I'm I can't hit all of the fun little things, and also
that's what she said.
That's okay.
That's what she said.
There you go. Make up.
There you go.
Alana.
Bud Liquor! Our prices have never been lower!
All right, there we go. Now that it's out of my system.
And
now that it's out of my system.
I want to apologize. I was looking down and sketching, and I heard Muhammad wants to talk to Luke about his YouTube channel, and I didn't take it as an individual's name. Here. And
so that's what the rant was about. Oh,
and that's what completely broke me for a second there. It was just
okay.
Uncle Sam literally about smacked Putin down. He crashed into a shipping container of Ritz crackers in the back. Man, Frog G's, he's a writing machine, isn't he?
On the Ritz.
Those characters didn't earn their powers, Luke. Peter Parker just happened to be taking pictures of a science expo, for example. Yeah, we can argue that, but I don't care.
Well, I think Peter at the end earned his powers. I mean, like, one thing, you can say a lot about Pete, but Pete has put in the time and the suck that, he deserves to be.
Yeah, he's put that in. It's not like he can just, people can't steal Spider-Man from him, no. He can't just be like, I'm done being Spider-Man and not be able, he tried. He tried. I'm done being
I'm
Spider-Man.
sorry, as soon as you said he can't do that, the image that we all saw of him walking away with the suit in the garbage can.
Yeah. Nice try. Yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta ride this one. Pete.
Something that from the Fighting Irish. Yeah. That's my secret, Cap. We're always in propaganda time. Yes, we are. We are always in propaganda time.
Yep.
Rick Bradley says, I think in one of the episodes of Miss Marvel, you find out the Bangle just unlocked her powers, and they came from her because her ancestors are from another dimension, and her being born in ours allowed her to manipulate the energy she uses. Okay, that sounds very complicated, and
my ironic beef with this is,
Mhm.
I remember a very different Miss Marvel. First off,
Mhm.
but the new one, the newer one, I guess now, where she was young and she was stretchy. I thought they did a good job with that character. I don't think her powers made sense if you're going to have the Inhumans,
No.
and it worked. Why they had to rewrite it into, hey, look, we're ripping off Scott Pilgrim, does confuse me a bit.
Yeah. The next one, that's important right there.
Yeah. Wait,
Cracker
stop.
Barrel
Cracker
has
Barrel has
stuffed
stuffed cheese.
cheesecake pancakes.
Yeah, did you know they're like $13?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
they're like $13.
I
know
think
you can
it'd
hear,
be easier
the
just to
lawnmower
make you
inside.
some cheese pancakes and stuffed cheesecake in them. I mean, just yeah, why not?
My wife makes better dumplings than Cracker Barrel. I'll say that.
Ooh, ooh, there you go.
I was kidding when I started dating her.
Hey, let's talk about Nick's wife's dumplings. There you go.
Oh, okay, Donald Blake found a hammer. Again, I don't like when people find stuff and that makes them powerful.
Seriously.
It just doesn't, it just, I like it when like it, and then they have to have this journey of stuff.
I have a lot. Yeah. Frog G, I see it.
You're our
That's why as soon
superhero,
as I can
Frog
figure out how to
Yes.
fix the wrench thing, you're on.
You're our superhero, man.
Carol Danvers was best when she came out of the coma and had a drinking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I admit I got a drink problem.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, anyway, back
No,
to
if we're
number
gonna
3.
talk,
Oh no! What the heck is this?
American Barbarian.
This is bad. He's a flag-themed He-Man. Merc.
Wait.
If I was like less
Merrick.
less evolved than I am, I would say gay. Anyway.
No more than He-Man.
Yeah.
Well, I really like shortbread.
I don't even know what that was about.
That's really the importance of shortbread.
Oh,
U.S. Avengers.
I remember this one.
Assemble.
It's actually a decent comic book
Citizen V.
until it went woke, and it was just like
Cannonball. Squirrel Girl, Red Hulk, Enigma, and Iron Patriot. I do like the Iron Patriot a lot.
This is a different Iron Patriot.
Red Hulk is a fun
it's a different
character.
Yeah.
The idea of Thunderbolt Ross losing his mind and just hulking out to catch up. Wow.
Number 1 American Eagle.
Yeah, that wasn't Thunderbolt Ross in that one, by the way.
Yeah.
That was
Navajo,
Lieutenant Maverick
Jason
with a
Strongbow. Was blessed with sonic energy by Ulysses Claw. That combined with the uranium within his tribe's holy mountain to grant Jason superhuman powers and caused his crossbow to fire energy bolts.
How did I not know this awesome character existed? Seriously.
American Eagle.
That gave me a Washington Monument there.
That's wow.
Oh Lord help us.
Hey, it's just Washington Monument's an obelisk, There you go.
Oh,
Anyway.
no. Nope.
That's awesome character. That's all I'm saying.
Patriotic characters are pretty awesome.
There you go.
All right, so
I'm surprised American Kaiju didn't make that list.
I'm serious,
Right,
honestly.
right.
Yeah.
No, I mean genuinely. Because the idea of a rebranded Godzilla with a big flag down the front.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Quality.
yeah. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move our boy here to the top.
Yep. Go ahead. Do that.
Here,
Demote
put him in that position
me, man.
so he can easily be seen. Brandon.
Game over.
All right, man. All right, you've got this really cool project, and I like it. Okay, I spent a little time looking at this the other day, and so we're kind of getting to know you a little bit. But we also kind of want to get to know like what it is you're creating and why you decided to make this a comic book. And we're going to kind of look at that for just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
So
So I guess the why I wanted to create it is just because, like I mentioned earlier, how I was always into this kind of genre and all that stuff. So I watched movies of this genre, and then it kind of like I just have wild ideas, and then
well, first of all, what is
oh,
the genre?
what is it? It's
Yeah.
so I guess it's hard to say. It's basically the zombie genre. Okay.
Okay.
There's tads of there's like the thriller, drama and noir kind of feelings into it as well. But the basic gist of it is like post-apocalyptic zombie genre.
Okay.
And
All right.
and I understand, Alan and I both understand that somewhat of this industry has been flooded in a certain thing, and we're just kind of coming out of this like weird thing, with the Walking Dead ending and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the way we came to this approach and all that stuff is we changed. There's a lot of similarities in holding the zombie traditions, and we're doing a lot of different things as well that I feel like, at least for that I've seen, a lot of these things.
Tell me what are some of the differences that makes this zombie tale different than the others?
So some differences that we're focusing on, and it's hard to do it immediately. So it's something bigger picture that we're focusing on, but we're looking at like, okay, so there's this family that you follow, and this family is going to feel real. This family is going to have real problems before the apocalypse that they have to address. They're there's kind of like this resentment between the brothers and all that stuff, and they can't just stay away from each other because this apocalypse hits them. So now they're all forced to be with each other, and all these differences and all these problems that they had with each other before the apocalypse kind of have to be settled. And while all this chaos is going on top of it. So some of the differences that we're really trying to focus on are like real issues that people have. Like, there's a character that's going to have severe anxiety, and he takes medication for his anxiety, and he needs therapy and all that stuff. There's other characters that have health problems, like pre-existing health problems, like they have. So you're going to be dealing with all of that stuff going into this apocalypse, and it's not going to be something where the apocalypse happens. Now what? There's things that haven't been answered yet that we're raising questions to, and now they're being answered with this apocalypse happening.
Okay. All right. I want to talk. So you're one of the writers?
Yes, I'm the creator writer. Yep.
All right. Who is your artist?
Demetrius Nastos. The pictures that you're showing up right now is the inking stage. I think I posted 2 pictures on the updated Kickstarter part.
So these are going to be in color.
They're going to be, so pages 1 through 23 are black, white, and blood, and the last page is going to have that color punch to it. And
we'll look at that in your updates here in a second.
Yeah.
But I just want to point out something. So as a sequential artist, I love the layout of this page.
Yes.
It is so well done with, the flashlight and, this whole scene here and all that. But here's what I really love about it. I love this shell casing falling with the silhouette of the gun blending in with the black. They're kind of reversed contrast there, and then the bullet coming out. This smoke and like the blood stuff, your artist just does a fantastic job with.
This is very Sin City. Frank Miller. Yeah.
It's very good.
And one thing too that I give him a lot of credit on is because with issue 1, the art style is a tad different. Okay. And him and I just had a conversation with each other talking about how I personally hold issue 2 a lot closer to me than issue 1, because it shows our relationship, and it shows how we grew together in conversation and all of that stuff. So that's what the finished page looks like.
This is nice. Okay.
The black, white, and you see how like it has the splashes of blood as well.
Yeah, I like the gray tones with the red. Yeah.
And I'm glad he does a very good job too, because part of the reason, I'm not going to give myself a lot of credit, part of the reason I chose black and white is because of money, and the other reason is because it does hold that. When you're reading it, we've heard a lot of reviews of people saying it does keep you in that moment and keeps it very suspenseful.
A good black and white is now a little side production note. Now, I'm sure it probably saves you money on the production part, but the printing part because as red, it's still going to be.
It's still
CMYK.
colored. Yeah,
Yeah, it's still colored. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not too much.
That's
So
saving money there.
it is having all that stuff as well, and that's and it is something we're going to stick with for forever. You know,
But it's a good vibe. It's a really good vibe.
And that's cover B to issue 2, which he did a phenomenal job on.
I like it. I like his choices. I've not heard of him. What else has he worked on?
He works on a couple projects that he develops with himself and all of that stuff, but he doesn't have anything crazy. He has a comic called "It Rhymes with Crimes" on Webtoons right now that he just promoted himself and all that stuff.
Cool.
But this is basically the first project that he's kind of jumped on.
Cool.
I love the art. I love the pacing because a lot of people will rush through action in my mind, and it's so nice, and that staggered suspense.
There's a lot of panels on this page, but it doesn't feel like a lot.
Yeah, I literally when we had a conversation, I told him that too. I was like, I think there's a page, I believe, towards the end of issue 2 where he has, I think, 10 or 11 panels on it, and it does not. The way he puts it out is like amazing. I told him, it doesn't even seem like that many panels. The way
there's 9
structured,
here. There's 9, but there's so much room still,
and it just it flows right. Yeah,
that's cool. What gets me. The flow, the incredibly dynamic panel design, but the flow is flawless, and that's pretty shocking.
With the gray tones and the red, it does have a very Sin City look to it. Is he doing all of his work on that little tablet?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he draws it on there, I would imagine. I don't know for sure, but yeah.
Holy cow! Like it makes me. I'm using a big 20-inch Ueon over here. I'm like, I feel like I need to up my game now. Dang it. Jeez.
It's almost like it's not the wrenches, it's the mechanic.
Yep, pretty much. Just proves I'm not a very good mechanic. Dang.
Well, a draw pad hooked to your computer, works really well.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people use. So.
All right, so you are funding this thing. Let me get back up here. We're not going to go over the perks unless there's anything special you really want us to know about. So you've got 23 backers. You're at $605.
Yes.
And you have 29 days ago. You need to make 2,000. What's that 2,000 covering?
So the first project we asked for 1,200, and I think we upped it a little bit because of pricing of paper and all that stuff is going up. So that is going to be going towards printing it. Obviously, it's going towards the posters, the cover print, and going towards promotion things to allow us to go to, because we're going to our local Comic-Con this year, and we're going to our local Horror Fest this year as well. And that allows us to go, because obviously Erie has surrounding cities of Cleveland, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh. So that gives us more opportunities to branch out further and further as time goes on, and as more people kind of help us do all that, it allows us and gives us more leeway to open up to more people, more eyes.
Now I know how people love unsolicited advice.
Oh yeah,
because
I know I do.
I love unsolicited advice. Actually, I'm being sarcastic. No one wants it, but I'm going to give you some anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
As a person who's done a lot of crowdfunding, you have Avalon number 2.
Yes.
Okay. Here's the thing. When people see that, they're not going to know how to get number 1. And so they're probably, any new reader that you would pick up is going to skim by it. Do you have number 1 available?
Yes, we have. Yes, there is a catch-up tier in the reward section that you can get 1 and 2.
So here's what you do. I know you can change this now. Go in there and change from Avalon number 2 to Avalon number 1 through 2.
Okay.
And you will pick up new backers with that.
Okay.
You don't have a video. A video would help.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people have said it. It's just, yep.
But other than that, it looks good. You're focusing on the art, and if I wanted to read what it was about, $2,000 is not a lot. In kind of the way we do, in crowdfunding these days. So I think you should be able to do that. I'm going to say right now, we like to bake and wrap some of this stuff. So here's what I want right now. When are you going to fulfill this thing? Brandon?
I'm sorry, what was that?
When are you going to fulfill this?
This gets fulfilled August 4th, I think, is when it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's going to be done August 4th, and you're going to ship out when?
The fulfillment. So it took 2 weeks last time to get our money. So as soon as we get our money and our project's probably the end of August is when we're going to get our comics sent in and all that stuff.
So you're planning for September to ship this stuff out?
Yeah, late August, early September to ship everything out. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm still waiting on my prints to get here. It takes a minute.
Speaking of unsolicited advice, Luke, you got some over in the chat.
I saw that. I got a little unsolicited advice from the Tickety Talk, not Tickety Talk, the Twitch.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to be taking that. I don't normally take unsolicited advice, but I would suggest. I know it's unsolicited, but you might consider changing that title up there.
No, 100%. No, and I appreciate that too.
That will help get new eyes, especially since you have a catch-up tier. So here's what I want to do. We like to bake and wrap this stuff, right? So if you're in the chat right now, he's got easy ways to get involved with this. You can look at it. It's really affordable tiers here where you can get, basically everything. You can get 2 books for $15. What's the shipping on that?
The shipping on that, I think we're doing $4 for it, so it's going to be
holy crap, dude!
Shipping,
you're gonna seriously? So for $19, you're gonna get 2 books, guys. What are you waiting for? Yeah, Rion says this looks dope. This does look dope.
Great deal.
This does look incredibly dope. The art is great. I'm liking the feel of this. Yes, absolutely. Helpful hint. If you're a mechanic, do not tick off a Voodoo Priestess. Just saying. Yeah, absolutely. Man, this comic looks fantastic, says Agent Zero. It really does.
Yeah, make sure you tell the Voodoo Priestess the right price for her radials.
Yeah. This has a noir suspense look to it. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, it is.
That is just
yeah. So people are liking it, and I guess what? I'm lucky today. I got a special code. Look at that.
Yeah.
Book I get to read. Yay!
Anyway,
nailing it. Some person says, "Welcome." Some person. Nice to have you here today.
Hello.
Right now, pardon me. We were looking at this project from Avalon Comics.
Yeah.
Called Avalon. Avalon books 1 through 2 you can get right now, and this is a really cool noir. I want to get back to that colored page so that people can see it, because that looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm telling you, I would actually go in and edit and maybe even stick this in the campaign so you can see it in there.
Itself. Yeah.
That way, because a lot of people do this from their phones and they just scroll.
Yeah.
Even if you just did a slideshow, like a quick slideshow with a little music in the background and a voiceover, which stick around after the show, I can help you make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you could, do something quick just so people can watch it and see what it is. Because, this looks cool, man. So, yeah, right now, head on over to Kickstarter. It's we've got a question that, there are certain people that prefer Indiegogo. Will you be appearing on Indiegogo? Are you going to be taking it over there?
Me, probably not. I didn't look much into Indiegogo. Like Alan and I, when he kind of threw Kickstarter in my direction when we did the first one, so we kind of staying true to Kickstarter right now. So we're probably just going to sit around with Kickstarter for this and for the time being until someday I decide to look over there. Honestly.
You might definitely need to, because it's a better platform in just about every conceivable way.
Yeah, I really like it a lot. I was on Kickstarter. I'm due a couple Kickstarters, but I'm primarily on Indiegogo.
Okay.
But so here's the deal, guys. He's not planning on going to Indiegogo. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. So don't wait. Help him get funded. Go on over to Kickstarter. It's okay. You can do it. You won't get bit. You won't get infected with anything. Go on over to Kickstarter. Back this project. Yeah, that you know. Back this project and help him out. Let's help him get to that 2,000 mark. And I know we can't do it this morning, but he's sitting at 23 backers. Let's get 2 more backers on this morning, okay? Let's get 25 backers on this this morning if we can, because
guys, he's in all or nothing, so he really needs this.
Yeah.
So share it around.
Because it's a great thing and all that stuff. It's just we're gonna make it no matter what. This is just a timely fashion thing. We really, all the support we can get is amazing to us. We love all of our supporters. We love going out and meeting everybody and all that stuff. We love the opportunities to expand more and going out to different surrounding cities and all that stuff as time goes on as well.
Yeah. So whether it funds or not, you're still going to make this happen, right? So you're not crowdfunding this to pay for the art. You're doing that on your own, right?
Yeah, I'm paying for the art on my own. This is just to the big price of printing, just to go, okay, I can just drop this money to print and just promote and all that stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Because this is one of those where it doesn't look like it's a new guy. The art, the art is going to pull people in. The story is going to keep people in.
Yeah, it's quite good.
It's pro level art, especially with the panel construction and the use of negative space and reversing.
Hey guys, we've gotten a backer, 24.
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
Come on,
Thank you.
One more person. Come on back. Jump in here.
There you go.
Pardon me. Did I notice that your catch-up tier, you only had 25 of those available?
Later, Dojo. Thanks for being a good sport, man.
Yeah, thanks for
coming by, Dojo. You know we love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a go, man. Yeah, we appreciate Dojo. He did a lot to help out the long shots and stuff when we when Rainey and I first come up out of the hospital with that whole thing with Liberty. Yeah. And super helpful. So we appreciate you, man.
Put up against the forces of darkness. I'll put it that way. And
there you go.
No, I'm not even kidding. I believe what was done to the people that required the long shots with nothing short of evil, and
anything more will be cease and desist orders. So there.
Yeah, but I don't care.
They don't care. You don't care. Rule number 1, Luke Stone. Rule number 1.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. So wait, I'm gonna get at this. So this has only got 20. There's only 24 available slots for that physical copies of book 1 and 2. So, I mean, there's only 30. There's already 24 left.
Yep.
So there's 24 left. So guys, you got to hurry.
Get
involved with that.
One thing, a lot of people, I think, who watch these and they see the things come up, you're looking for the big thing. You're looking for that. This is going to be important.
Yeah.
And I think with the future of both his writing and the artists, just the sheer quality.
Yeah.
I don't normally play the collector game because I think collectors have ruined comics. I said it. But but I do think with where his artist alone is going to go, and right now I'm just trying to get money. But where the artist is going to go, you're going to want to be able to go 10 years from now. I had one of the first, collaborations he ever did.
So here's my thing. You're a new creator. This is your second writing script, right? Like you've got this.
Yeah.
Written.
Yep.
All right. So here's the deal. The art looks amazing. Yep. Guys, take a chance on the writing. I think that Brandon is a cool guy. We haven't really, we haven't put the screws to him yet to really find out.
You got to do that still.
Yeah, we didn't ask who he voted for or any of that crap.
Bring out the thumb screws.
Yeah, that's not what we do here. But anyway, the concept looks good. So it's a zombie book. I know some people maybe be a little overdone, but come on, let's support Brandon and his. What's your partner's name?
Alan Dingfelder and Demetrius Nastos is the artist.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to remember those names at all.
Yeah, that's just quite a bet.
Yeah, so, but here's the deal: help him out with this. Help him get funded, and if for nothing else, you'll have a book that is quite clearly beautifully drawn. But the way you talk about the story with this familial unit, I think that's what we like, in stories, especially me personally. I like seeing the family dynamic or the interpersonal relationship stuff. And so the way you seem to be approaching that and coming around that.
True Lies is about marital counseling, basically.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's always the best stories. Best stories have a human.
Yeah, so this looks like you're dealing with mental health, and you're dealing with, and it's set against zombies, but I mean, let's be honest. The one thing in America that we ignore, we try to outlaw guns when we should be giving free mental health care to people, because there's a lot of people. It's so stigmatized that if you've got a problem, like, you can't talk about it, and so we stigmatize it in a negative way, and we need to help with that. And so kind of a little bit, I mean, I don't know if that's what you're doing or not, but the way you describe that, it's like, it's zombies that's causing the problem, but you could easily take out zombies and put in corporate pharmaceuticals, or something like that. Zombies for me could be anything, but I think it's an interesting way for you to, the way you're telling the story. I think it's quite interesting. Brandon just got followed on Twitter.
Awesome.
And then Joe Bachman is back, saying good morning again, folks. Joe. Made it back before the end of the show. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Brandon, what is your Twitter handle?
1282 Avalon Comics. Or Comics, sorry.
1280.
All right. Man, I'll tell you that I'm excited about your book. Oh, we got 25 backers, Bo.
Yeah. Oh, did we?
We got 25 backers. Okay. So we have bacon wrap this thing. Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Whoever's that backer.
Whoever's
backer 25, thank you very much. And you know what? We can always throw in more backers. I know Brandon would appreciate it.
Of course,
we're at 643 now. So
all that for just nearly 2 hours of rolling your eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's all.
Sit back, listen to three idiots prattle, and
Well, two idiots and me. There you go.
Oh. I was trying to be nice and include you. Next time.
Okay. Well, thank you.
It is okay to be the lovable idiot. I think it's funny. Someone can't remember who it was that shared it. Showed that, I think it was Pencil Pimp. He showed the that Chris Pratt is trying to be a serious actor now.
Yeah.
After being the lovable idiot. Everyone's always considered me a serious actor. Or a serious character. I'm trying to reverse that now.
Let me tell you about lovable idiots, though. This guy tried to Vonster, who's doing Black Terror. He posted some art from Black Terror showing that we do have good character design in CG, showing his Lady Satan or whatever character.
Yeah.
And some doofus speaks up and says, "Yeah, but all your Black Terror guy is a public access rip off of Punisher," and it's just like, my man, he was written in the 40s and Punisher was written in the 70s.
Yeah.
Maybe you should Google that shit. Maybe you should Google that, man.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Okay, so yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, Nick talked about it a little bit ago. I'm unapologetically Comicsgate, and but we have people on that aren't Comicsgate and that are Comicsgate. But we're typically a Comicsgate kind of show. We've got a lot of viewers in that camp.
Right.
And we also have a lot of viewers that aren't in that camp, but they never comment.
No.
Like they don't realize that, I'm realizing, we know you're there. So thank you.
Right.
Appreciate the watch hours. I get a lot of people to watch in like afterwards, waiting for something. So I love that when we just kind of skirt that line a little bit.
Mhm.
It really makes Nick nervous, but when we skirt that line a little bit, it makes me nervous because I'm happy because I think they're sitting there ready to clip, and then they're like, "Oh crap, that wasn't any good," So, but so they go back and they rewatch, so it really adds to my watch time with those guys and gals. So yeah, it's pretty fun. But I know, I'm sorry,
I wake up on Thursdays,
uh,
and I love doing the show, but there's also that. Okay.
There it
That's
is.
kind of
There's
you
the
like
blood
today.
vessel. There's the forehead blood
Yeah.
vessel.
Hey,
My
we're
work
at
is done.
26 backers.
My work is done.
We're at 26 backers. So great job. And Joe Bacham, welcome to the Bacon Nation. Joe Bachman just became a channel member. Thank you, Joe. It's so good. We appreciate it very much.
Supporting Luke here.
Yeah, you're going to get first access to new content and things like that. So
It's amazing
really
that the Washington Monument comment didn't get the vein popped out, but
I know, right? Yeah,
the CG did. That's
we
amazing,
just
man.
walked right across it.
Woo.
Yeah. Rion just backed it. Awesome, Rion. Thank you very much.
Rion. Thank you very much.
So,
Never, please, T-Buddy, I will
hold on a
advise
second.
you on something.
Oh, go ahead. Sure.
We got to fix that total.
Holy shit.
Uh-oh. What we got?
Come on, we need another backer.
Oh, no.
Come on, we need another backer. Come on, guys. Jump in there. Help them out. We gotta move that needle.
The pastor brought it right to
Hold on,
6
we're back. All right. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. 26 backers, but we got to fix that total, man. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm CG, but the thing is, what a lot of people say about kind of this group. I mean, clearly it's not true. We've got a few people that are jerks, but you get that everywhere. There's jerks everywhere, but kind of at the end of the day, it's about who's making a really cool product. Like what's a book that we can get behind. Yeah. That's why Avalon Comics is on. That's why we got Brandon here because he's got a really cool project. I had a guest on that T Bunny didn't like. You're like, I don't really care for that guy.
Nope.
I'm like, that's fine. Because
perfectly fine.
We brought him on because because the project he was promoting at the time is something I think looks really good. I'm really interested. It kind of stands out from the rest of his catalog. And so so we're like, come on. And so that's they fixed it.
It's fixed.
It's been fixed. Thank you, Rion.
I
know Rion did that. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. Not that I'm superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
There you go.
That's not superstitious. You're literally a pastor. Come on.
Hamalana.
Yeah.
But please don't confuse I am careful because we are on a public forum, and my job, one of the reasons I was expressly asked, and I take things like that as a duty, is to keep Luke from doing anything that will actually hurt him.
Right.
The difference from being edgy to getting fired, getting canceled is one thing, getting fired or having employment issues in the future because of it is a whole nother. So very often I will always condone a level down of let's just.
Nick is my Jiminy Cricket, but in the original,
always let your conscience be your guide. There you go.
But in the original Pinocchio story, Pinocchio straight up murders Jiminy Cricket.
I am aware of this. In fact,
I promise you, Nick, I will not straight up murder you. I promise.
No, you'll just be fired. No,
you just die of a stroke one day.
That gets it.
Like identified with. As soon as I identify with them, I know they're either going bare minimum be tortured, if not die. And for a while there, every character Joss Whedon wrote got stabbed. Every character I liked that he did got stabbed to the point where I was genuinely starting to get worried if I were ever at a Comic-Con and I met the man, the first thing he'd do is try to stab me. Because they always end up impaled on something. And it's I don't know what your beef is, but is there somebody nice in your life you're trying to kill off, bro? I mean,
so Nick does it here. My wife does it all day. Like she never gets time off because I walk around with this attitude.
All right. Not to worry. I have a permit.
This just says I can do what I want.
Yeah, I mean, that's my energy, and it really frustrates her. And I'm sorry, Beth. I love you. I try my best.
Yeah,
I do, but I fail daily. How dare you? So yeah, that's great.
Well, you have to understand though, coming that close to death, you kind of get a little bit of a mulligan for the next little while, man. Not entirely sure.
It's almost a year now.
Yeah.
August will be a year. August 30th is when I got put into my when I started my nap. That's when they took me to the ICU and put me under.
Not to bust you out, but I will remind you that you have an agreement with your wife that you have to put the ticket down after a year. So he's playing the I died and I came back card daily while he can.
I'm only allowed until August 30th to play the I almost died card. But you know, to be truthful, I mean, there's not a lot of cards that I can play anymore.
No.
You know, I'm middle-aged, white, heterosexual, Christian in America, male, right? Like there's like 0 cards I can play.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm like, I can play all those cards, and
you are the enemy. You are.
I am the enemy. I am in the laws of intersectionality. I am the enemy, and so I'm like, ooh.
The progressive stack is stacked on us.
Yeah, and so I'm like, the one thing I got, I almost died, and so I'm gonna be playing that card. I'm like, I almost died. Oh,
play
by
that
the way,
thing, man.
I almost died.
Yep.
But that ends in a few weeks. So
right.
Yeah.
Right,
so we're gonna have as much fun as we can with it.
So are we gonna have a special episode for your last episode? You can plug that.
The almost died episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost died. Yeah. The anniversary.
Yeah.
I should have an anniversary for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because honestly, I thought
you should do that and like
piss off everybody. Piss everybody off.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you think. Just don't hold anything back.
Well, here's the thing about climate change.
Nick's head's
now,
going
I'm not saying I'll be here for that one because I think special.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, if you're going to cut loose, I'll go and just be like, well,
then you're free to have the day
I'll ride
off.
shotgun with you all the way down, Nick.
Yeah,
I'll go.
T-Bones
Nick,
will be
but
T-Bones will be the ride or die that day. He's like, man, we're going down together. Be like
Thelma and
Louise,
Louise, man. Me and you, Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise, this thing.
We'll go that Thunderbird together, dude.
September 1st, no more channel.
Hold hands.
Yeah.
Never let
well,
go.
then I'll get Thursdays off again. And
No, but having said that, we are looking at adding a weeknight show, and we're thinking about doing pretty late, like at 9 or 10 o'clock, and running for a couple of hours, running about the same format. It'll still be safe for home, but not super safe. We'll get a little more jokey with that one, you know, and but we want to keep kind of this light for everyone kind of format. Probably won't talk about too many real serious things, but there's a lot of people that we want to help promote that can't make this time slot, but we want to keep this time slot because I really like it. I think it's a fun way to kind of start Thursdays because you know once we get to the end of the week, you know it's today and then tomorrow, you know. So this is a kind of a nice way to kind of get through it all. And you know, we've got Nick now doing Nevermind the Furthermore Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you know, so you'll have him, follow him. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to Nick's channel, get over there and do it. What are you waiting for? He yesterday had 202 subscribers. Yesterday. What kind of a bump was that for you?
That was, I think I got 25 or 30.
Nice. See, that's great. 21 day. That's great.
I was about 175. I had lost a few. Actually, not long after I took the show, I lost a few off of both my channels because I have the Sword Defense and Guild channel, and I have the that's where I teach sword fighting, and then I have my normal channel where I do some light artwork and.
Do you think they unsubbed because you got the show?
No. When I started this show, when I started about
when you started Nerd Baconing.
Yeah, I picked up.
Evil.
I had a drop, and then I picked up some more. You know what I mean? But it was like, because that happens, and
I had some people do that.
You got the cooties, man.
Ooh,
and if that's the case, that's the case. Because I'm going to support. I support individuals, not like movements and stuff. If you can't do that, I'm not the guy to. I'll wave an American flag because I'm a freaking American. But
there you go.
Beyond that, we're supposed to be a melting pot of ideas and cultures and people. So I'm gonna just keep on doing that, and it's on.
And I'm with you.
If it offends, you have the right to be wrong. God bless you.
I declared, it's not allegiance, I declared, my association with Comicsgate because of the people that I've been working with for a while. And oddly enough, it was actually a person that I was working with at the time that really kind of seeing their ethics kind of made me like, okay. And I guess I'm Comicsgate now. It was like, it's kind of rough. But so we got Rick Bradley saying, I've got a whopping 23, LOL, but that's okay. R&D Gaming will take off at some point in time, Mondays at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, on the Rad Publishing YouTube channel. Yeah, sub over there, man.
We promoted stuff on Luke Stone. I'm so used to promoting Luke Stone stuff when I'm on another channel. On Nevermind the Furthermore a lot.
Yeah.
And you just keep putting out good content. The real trick is if you want longevity, put out good content, stick to what you do well, and just keep. You got to put in the hours. You got to put in the work, and if it doesn't catch, you have to decide either is it worth it to have this channel and do the effort, or do I need to do something else?
Yeah.
And that's up to you. But I mean, I think.
Yes, some people start the YouTube thing to promote their own work, and that's fine. But don't expect that it's going to happen overnight. And you've got to love it. If you're streaming, you got to love doing it. And I got to tell you, I love hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, if folks only do commercials, and there are a lot of channels I know, I've been on a few of them where they're only doing commercials and they don't have anything to say other than, here, we're highlighting this, and there's nothing to the host or no underlying theme. What's the point? That's QVC. I mean, you know what I mean?
I think somebody did a survey the other day. What do you think about the shows? And someone was like, they're too shill. Like that's all they do is they just promote books like commercials, or they're drunk streams and no one likes them, and so that's why we try to do something a little different here. We're drunk, we're high on life here. We love being alive. It's trust me.
Well, if you go on my channel's writer centric unapologetically. All about writing, all about the process and the thoughts behind the writing and what's wrong with writing and how to fix your writing. I mean, it's I'm pretty much. That's my passion.
Writers got to write,
Writers got to write, and
we
might be an art fetishist group around here who think whack off to people's art more than story. But
wow,
I think at the end of the day, the only way we're going to make an impact is through our writing. So that's
writing is very important.
Yeah,
I was actually told by a friend that what I do is porn.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. Y'all know that I don't draw porn.
Well, I mean, that just tells you that your friend is really into bears, big, burly, bearded guys. I mean, that's what floats their boat.
And strong women.
And strong women. And you know what? If that's it, if that's their jam, I mean, don't.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
your money's spent.
I mean, a lot of people are Gina Carano fans for a lot of reasons,
right?
And so I that's fine. But
Has anybody seen that? Anybody seen Terror in the Prairie yet?
I have not. I've heard it was really good though.
It,
I heard it was really, really good.
It looks like it's going to be that old style kind of almost spaghetti western, or that period of really dark westerns that came out early 80s.
Like The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, stuff like that. Yeah.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
Yeah, Unforgiven is where
it looks really good. I'm gonna have to sub to the Daily Wire.
Daily Wire.
To get it. Yeah, and a lot of people are like, "What? You're not already subbed to Daily Wire? I thought you'd be subbed to Daily Wire." I'm not subbed to Daily Wire.
Well, I've been very tempted to sub. I mean, the Candace Owens documentary is coming out, and that What is a Woman documentary is just
that guy. He's got an interesting perspective. He's a Catholic guy. When it comes to theology, I don't agree with a lot of his thoughts and kind of stuff with that. But no, I think that documentary is enlightening. I mean, I think we all need to be educated in some way. We have to talk about what's right. I shared a Bible verse yesterday that in James that that says basically if you know what's right and you don't do it, it's considered a sin to you if you're a Christian. And so we know, when we know what's right, we got to do it.
Look at Brandon's over here like, what am I doing here?
Oh no, you're good.
All right.
Brandon, had you seen the show before today?
Oh, okay.
No, I've stumbled across a couple, not watched it to this extent, but I've watched a couple things and a couple things.
Okay.
Yeah, but
you guys are good. I'm not
I'm a pastor, so.
I saw that.
It happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
They want to freak you out, man, because there's some people.
No.
Rick
people,
says
if you're
his
even
channel,
on the show that says something, you're dead.
Yeah.
So,
Rick's channel, he says, is me and my son playing and talking about games and watching him play Resident Evil 1. And the jump scares getting him is just the best. I bet, man, that sounds like a fun channel. We should probably also stream to Twitch. Gaming.
I think he's running into format issue. Rick Bradley, Luke made a huge good point here. Consider jumping to Twitch, especially if you're going through StreamYard and you can do both at the same time.
You
might really get a better following because that's much more in Twitch's.
That first Resident Evil game was brutal.
It was, man. I loved it. That was one of the best games I ever played.
Oh yeah.
But to Nick's point about multicasting, like for example, we're on 4 different YouTube pages today, 2 different Facebook pages, 2 different YouTube, Twitch and my Twitter. So we're kind of all over the place, So we've got 8 different places, which is the max with this account that you can stream at one time to 8 different places.
Right.
And so so I'm taking full advantage of that, to get as many viewers as possible. Now eventually we're going to cut out the Facebook, just because it's
Hojo just got a good comment.
Okay. If you sub the Daily Wire, you must watch the Hyperions.
Okay.
I will watch that if I do that. I'm getting really close to doing it because I really want to watch that Terror on the Prairie. Rick Bradley says, and soon I'm going to be adding miniature painting. Hey, that's really cool. Those things.
But then you are really going seriously look into Twitch. Because you're an old gamer of my lineage in that we travel similar circles. And no one was.
There was shot there in the terror on the Prairie.
Baldwin? Anybody? Baldwin?
Anyone?
Man, I know he felt bad about that, man. I couldn't imagine what that felt like.
I felt bad for him until he went on national television and denied any responsibility. After I was done with feeling sorry for him after that. He's a guy's a sociopath. I'm sorry.
I am very big on rights, and I'm very unapologetically pro Second Amendment, especially where knife rights are. I talk about knife rights a lot. That's kind of my jam.
It's your thing, man.
But just because you have a right, and I do totally defend the right, does not mean it doesn't come with equal responsibility. And here's the thing. the same logic I hear about abstinence only not working and it not giving enough sexual education.
Yeah.
You hear that from a lot of more liberal people, and I do agree with it. You need to understand how things work.
Yeah. It would have made the first couple of years of my marriage a lot better if I think so. I'm joking.
Okay,
I'm joking. Lord forgive me.
I see the same logic with the gun debate.
Yeah.
In that, and this is why I offend both sides, because I'm like, we have people making laws who don't understand what they're making laws about, and it's like, if you want people not to hurt each other with guns, this could have been prevented. Really, if you'd followed the 4 basic rules of handling the firearm, no one died.
Mental health, focusing on people's mental health too.
There's lots of ways, but it's like, you want it quit. You teach you don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're going to whatever you're pointing at. You know what's behind.
One thing that bothers me. I never have had anybody explain this to me. Okay, rural areas. Look at the crime statistics in rural areas. You know how many guns in just 1 square mile of me there is?
A lot.
I hear gunfire going off all the time for practice and hunting. All the time. There's guns.
And recreation. Woo! It's fun to put little holes in paper from long distances.
Oh gosh, it is so
yes,
much
it
fun.
It's very good.
I'm sorry.
Shooting guns is way more fun than golf.
Oh yeah,
it's way more fun than golf.
But and the problem with
it's funny. It's funny. You could tell because all these guys that are saying, "Hey, they're defenseless down there. Let's get a big group of us go down and terrorize them." And we're all going like,
you cannot weigh keyboard commandos as any given issue. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed. It's funny.
I'm going to start a social media anti-campaign.
Okay, good for you.
Have fun with that. Yeah.
Have you created anything? No. Have you made anything better? No. Have you empowered anybody?
It's like Admiral Yamamoto goes back to Hojo before World War II and says, there is no way we could ever bodily invade the United States. They would be shooting at us from behind every blade of grass. Yeah.
There's a rifle. But what you have in that debate is one of the two. There are 2 debates in America nobody wants to talk about. The class debate being the true extremely wealthy and the poor people, because that's where the real divide is. And the philosophical debate is rural versus urban.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very easy to see the democratic idea of having voting for taxes to pay infrastructure when you step out your door and you see infrastructure. When you step out in a rural county and your road's been gravel for the last 20 years and 5 of it they scraped it up to bedrock and then forgot to finish it, it makes you less trusting. Again, firearms. There are lots of reasons in a rural setting to have firearms of certain types.
Well, there's also a lot of reasons in an urban setting.
But they're very
different. Self-defense.
They're different. Self-defense. And I'm not. This is not me espousing against or for. I'm saying let's discuss it by the issue so we can figure it out. Man, somebody
Alexa, stop. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna try to find this video. Someone sent this to me the other day, yesterday actually, and I about peed myself.
And see, this is why when Luke said, well, Nick's our resident Democrat, I'm like, be careful how you say that. Just because you don't want to be represented,
Well, there was once upon a time when that wasn't entirely a bad thing.
Right.
My problem is I've been a moderate and being I've taken the tests and I am only 1 degree from dead center because I'm issue. But I've watched both sides just warp in polarization. And I'm like, guys, while you're arguing, the same things I have a problem with aren't changing because all you're doing is arguing.
Right.
Okay, so I got to show this. So I
Okay,
saw this yesterday.
Whoa!
This is a guy named Jerome Davis.
Uh-oh.
This guy is Jerome Davis. This is his actual ad campaign. I showed it to my wife and my son, and my son goes, "Please tell me this is a parody." And I said, "No, son, this is real." So, yeah, check this out, guys.
Oh God, I thought we were.
Democrats like to say that no one needs an AR-15 for self-defense, that no one could possibly need all 30 rounds. But when this rifle is the only thing standing between your family and a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods, you just might need that semi-automatic and all 30 rounds.
Oh,
America.
man. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
That happened.
And that is one of my litmus tests. In that I believe the best way to check somebody's rights, and if they actually want freedom or they want oppression, is by rotating it by somebody else. So when they talk about firearms, I'm like, yes, everyone should have, who is mentally stable and physically able, should have access to firearm education and firearms. And I'll hear people nod, and I go, that includes women, that includes any minority.
Yep.
Exactly. Well, no, and that's what I'm saying. I totally support.
Yeah. Nick is pro gun rights. Nick is pro gun.
But my thing is, I treat it like any right. You should be educated in its application.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
I think a lot of our problems, if we addressed mental health and we educated people, it would solve a lot of the problems. I will say, and if you want to get me going, there is no constitutional allotment for some of these cities that have crazy knife laws. There are people who went to jail in New York for 7 years for a felony because they had a guy was an electrician, and he had a folding pocket knife and an electrician's knife used to strip wire, and someone saw him. The cop made, last I checked, it might be wrong, 25 to 30 attempts to open it one-handed. And on one of those attempts, he got it to go. And that was enough to make it defined as a gravity knife.
Oh, gosh.
And it's like, I break the Second Amendment point into two discussions. If you really want to have a gun discussion, and you feel it needs to be had, whether I agree with it or not, I can understand having a gun discussion.
This is the NRA spokesperson.
Yeah,
he's a lawyer, and his name is Colin Noir, and I have seen him shoot people and spit them out over gun rights. They will not have him on any of those national television shows.
No, because he's educated.
Yeah,
that's the thing. People that are educated and can articulate their thoughts and their point without name calling.
Yep.
That's what people are afraid of.
Oh yeah.
Because but that being said, if people need to have that conversation, I can see the logic even if I don't agree with it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I can see, especially with the outbreak of mass shootings, I can see people wanting to have that conversation. But the knife rights stuff, this is the single most useful tool humanity has developed.
Yeah. The fact that people are because knives are included in the Second Amendment.
I mean, this is my favorite.
It's arms. It's arms.
This is my goofy knife. I bought it because it made me laugh. Now, brace yourselves. It's a little scary. You push a button and it opens.
Oh, that's scary? I'm sorry.
No. The reason I say this is at certain periods, this was a felony if I crossed the state line into Michigan.
I have a I have a black gun. It must be an AR. It's a handgun. So anyway, Hojo makes a great point. Homeless panhandlers in big city, that's poor. Appalachian families that can't afford food or plumbing, that's poverty.
That's poverty.
Yeah, there is a difference between poor and poverty. Nick is a true Democrat. That's not a condemnation. They're a dying breed. They were eaten by progressives. And I agree with that because I used to be a Democrat.
See, I look at it, on taxes, I don't mind paying taxes for the good of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's the idea is we're combining our funds to afford things we couldn't do to take care of ourselves and take care of the people who can't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. The powers that be would rather us fight and devour each other than actually solve any problems, says Agent Zero. And I absolutely agree. How many
times have you had to vote for somebody on one issue when you really didn't like them for anything else, but there was one issue in play that they were on the side you agree with, and you can't deal with? So
100 knives Hojo has.
Okay.
Hojo has 100 knives.
All right,
yes,
the best speech. This is the best speech. It's Mark Robinson. He's now our lieutenant governor.
Okay.
And
all right.
Yeah.
How long is this?
It's very short. Listen.
Very short. What does that mean?
Mr. Robinson?
Less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
I didn't have time to.
You have to give us your name.
I'm sorry. My name is Mark Robinson. I live at 4015 Sassafras Court. That's right here in Greensboro. I've lived in Greensboro all my life. I didn't have time to write a fancy speech. I didn't have time to, I didn't have the resource of an English teacher to sit down and write a speech with at school today and be, brought over here, practice or anything. What I really came down here for is this. I've heard a whole lot of people in here talking tonight about this group and that group, domestic violence, blacks, these minorities and that minority. What I want to know is, when are you all going to start standing up for the majority? And here's who the majority is. I'm the majority. I'm a law-abiding citizen who's never shot anybody, never committed a serious crime, never committed a felony. I've never done anything like that. But it seems like every time we have one of these shootings, nobody wants to put the blame where it goes, which is at the shooter's feet. You want to put it at my feet. You want to turn around and restrict my right, constitutional right that's spelled out in black and white. You want to restrict my right to buy a firearm and protect myself from some of the very people you're talking about in here tonight. It's ridiculous. I don't think Rod Serling could come up with a better script. It does not make any sense. The law-abiding citizens of this community and many communities around this country, we're the first ones taxed and the last ones considered and the first ones punished when things like this happens, because our rights are the ones that are being taken away. That's the reason why I came down here today. Gun show or no gun show, NRA or no NRA. I'm here to stand up for the law-abiding citizens of this community, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You can take the guns away from us all you want to. You all write a law, I follow the law, I'll bring my guns down here, I'll turn them in. But here's what's going to happen. The Crips and the Bloods on the other side of town, they're not going to turn their guns in. They're going to hold on to them. And what's going to happen when you have to send the police down there to go take them? The police can barely enforce the law as it is. That's what I see. We demonize the police, criminalize and vilify the police, and we make the criminals into victims. And we're talking about restricting guns? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that when the police department's already hamstrung? You're not going to be able to go down here and take these guns from these criminals. So the criminals are going to hold on to their guns. They're still going to have them. They're still going to break in my house, and they're still going to shoot me with them. And guess who's going to be the one that suffers? It's going to be me. Well, I'm here to tell you tonight, it is not going to happen without a fight. And when I say fight, I don't mean shots fired. I don't mean fist thrown. I mean, I'm going to come down here to this city council and raise hell just like these loonies from the left do until you listen to the majority of the people in this city. And I am the majority. The majority of the people in this city are law-abiding, and they follow the law, and they want their constitutional right to be able to bear arms. They want to be able to go to the gun show and buy a hunting rifle or sport rifle. There are no military grade weapons sold at the gun show. An AR-15 is not a military grade weapon. Anybody would go into combat with an AR-15 is a fool. It's a semi-automatic 22 rifle. You'd be killed in 15 minutes in combat with that thing. So we need to dispel all these myths, and we need to drop all this division that we got going on here. Because the bottom line is, when that Second Amendment was written, whether the framers liked it or not, they wrote it for everybody. And I am everybody. And the law-abiding citizens of this city are everybody. And we want our rights, and we want to keep our rights. And by God, we're going to keep them, come hell or high water.
Wow.
Three
Well
things.
said.
Oh,
Well said.
what's he running for, and where can we vote for him? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, three things. One, I have to go because I have to get ready for work here.
Okay.
Two,
No problem.
what was that guy's name? Because I want to watch that.
Mark Robinson is his name.
Yeah, you can find that on YouTube. Why don't you
Yeah.
throw that link in the private? I'll put it in the chats here.
Yeah.
All right, I
so
just
people can
closed
find
it
that.
up, but yeah.
Mark Robinson. Wow. Yes.
That was a really good
Yeah,
speech.
he's
and he
now
said
the
it
lieutenant.
perfectly.
He's now the lieutenant governor of North Carolina. That speech, he went from that into politics, and
Oh, okay.
That's
That
awesome.
makes
So-
sense.
Awesome.
any speech he says is pretty much like that.
Okay. And what was
So-
your third thing there, Brandon?
My third thing was just like, that's probably the best thing I've ever heard. So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted his name before it. He said it well. He didn't even have to write it down or anything. Everything
Yeah.
he said was perfect. I couldn't have
Oh,
said
yeah.
it any better if I wrote
From
it
the
down.
heart, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's the
Oh, yeah.
truth. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we are the majority. We don't break the law.
No.
We're law-abiding
and
citizens.
they're making those laws for people like us, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
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 But I just wanted to thank you guys for having me on the show.
No
I
problem,
really
no
appreciate
problem.
it.
Thank you.
Good meeting you guys.
Thank
Hopefully
you, man.
we can do it again and all that stuff.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. And definitely check out his project. We were able to pick up 3 backers while we're here today.
Mhm.
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
Let's, so we technically bacon wrapped it. We'd like to add a little extra slice of bacon on there. So go ahead and go over and check out his project. And back, it's Avalon 2.
Mhm.
Avalon, you can get books 1 and 2, but there's a limited supply. So jump on that right away, especially if you've never met Brandon before. His
Mhm.
project looks really good. I think you're gonna see a lot of Brandon in this
yeah.
industry, this comics industry. And so
Let's
Brandon,
go.
welcome.
Help him out.
Yeah, welcome to the comics family here, and we're happy to have you. And anything we can do to help you out, you just let us know.
Awesome.
Okay?
I appreciate it. I'll learn more as time goes on, and I'll be able to interact with these conversations. I felt like I was like, oh, no clue. But yeah,
I know.
eventually I will.
We kind of went in house there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're good.
we were everywhere today. But it's about America. You know,
Right.
we're proud.
America.
We're proud to be Americans. You know.
Yeah, of course.
And,
Yes.
And
All right.
so go ahead. Yeah. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, basically, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Now we just started making our Twitter active. We have a Patreon set up. It's just $1 a month. You get early access stuff, behind the scenes stuff. And we got all that stuff going for us. We're selling issue 1 still on our Shopify store. Also on the Kickstarter, you can get the package and all that stuff. But that's basically everywhere we are. We have a link tree put on all of our social media stuff. So if you want to find us any one place, just find us one place and it'll show you everywhere and all that stuff. But that's basically it.
All right. Yeah, definitely check him out. And we'll go ahead and let you go. And I have one more, and this is what we'll close with today, guys. I have one more American hero to share. Okay.
All right. I will see you guys though.
All right. See you.
Later.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
man.
Thanks for having me.
See ya.
So, show this video.
I know you.
Show this
so
video. Show this. Yeah, this is amazing. This is an amazing video. All right. Hold on. I got to share it first, don't I? So check this out. Ding, dang it. Stop it already. Sometimes these things, technical difficulties. All right. So YouTube's working now. All right. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to stop sharing that. And I'm going to share this. And this is,
I
in
put
my
that
opinion,
link. I linked it, that chat, that speech.
okay. Yeah. All right. We'll stick that in stick that in there. But let me show you this guy. Okay.
Okay.
This guy is an athlete. of athletes. Check this out.
Joey, though, he's such a smooth eater. It's hand.
Oh, Joey.
Oh,
Chestnut.
wow, Joey Chestnut. Yeah.
Hand to plate, hand to mouth, repeat. That probably goes for most of us on the 4th of July, right? But no one does it better than Joey Chestnut. Today he wins his 15th Nathan's Hot Dog eating contest. 63 franks with buns in 10 minutes. 13 shy of his record. But hey, he was in a booth this year and he took down a protester during the competition. So he only cements his GOAT status. Unbelievable.
Wait.
Did you see that?
What?
So a protester. So a protester. Let's find a different video of this too. So a protester.
Who is protesting?
Joey, though, he's just such
a little vegan kid protesting one of the meat farms called the Death Star. They call it Death Star or whatever. And here's another video of it. So here comes the protester. Takedown.
Dang.
And continues to stuff his face.
Wait, that's why he didn't break his record.
That's why.
He didn't break his record, but man.
He didn't break his record.
To have a hot dog in his hand, he would have had that dude in a sleeper hold.
And
Hey,
here's
look at
the
that.
deal.
Good night.
Here's the deal. On ESPN, they did not air that.
Nah.
They showed it live, everything, but the camera never caught him doing that. And then at the end, they didn't even talk about that he took down this protester, right? They just like, oh, well, he was a little slow today. Yeah, maybe because they kept blaming it on the cast, right? On his boot. No. You know why he didn't break it? Why he didn't hit his record or break it or smash it or whatever he does?
He's too busy smashing that vegan.
He was on who was that show? Pat McAfee. He used to play for the Colts. He's got his own podcast. He's a comedian now. Yep. And so he was on Pat McAfee's show. And Pat McAfee was asking him about his technique, buns, dogs, take down, eat, whatever. And he said, well, he realized that as soon as he grabbed me, he said, I realized he was a kid and he was a vegan. So he was really weak. Joey the Jaws Chestnut.
The Jaws.
That is an American hero right there. What a patriotic character. So yeah, anyway, that's
before he showed up though. Nathan's had been won in consecutive years by this little Japanese guy named Kobayashi.
Yep.
And he dethroned him and just kept going and broke every record Kobayashi had because it should be owned by American, Yeah.
And man, what a guy! But
wait. Was he a Japanese national or was he a Japanese American?
He's Japanese national. Yeah.
So he's actually from Japan.
Okay.
He's from Japan. Yeah.
That nationalism I'm okay with. The racism I wasn't, so I had to double check to make sure.
Well, here's the thing. I know Cooper. I know Cooper, and here's the thing. We don't call people if they're American, they're American. We don't care. There's no such thing as Chinese American, Black American. If you're American, you're American.
If I refer to your nationality, it's for you because you're not from here. Because if you're from here, you're American.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
I call everybody American.
That was me double checking and making sure that people don't get confused. Because no,
it's brotherhood, brother.
No.
Yeah, it's about the brotherhood.
It's the brotherhood, man. The melting pot, dude.
Joe says, I swear it looks like he snaps his neck.
It
does. It does.
He
whipped that kid down so quick.
Wanted to, he could have just got a night, and the dude would have taken a nice little nap and thought about his life and thought about it.
And so Pat McAfee asked, he's like, well, did he keep trying to grab you or whatever? He goes, no. He goes, as soon as he hit the ground, he rolled up into a little ball.
Yeah.
Because there's the thing, man. A lot of these people, they just don't, they talk big, And this guy, I'm going to hand it to him. Most people probably just talk about doing this. He actually had the guts to get up and actually have some action and do it. Unfortunately,
he just didn't have the fortitude.
A lot of these people just don't have the fortitude. And so, I've seen posts about people that we need to go down to the South and show them who's boss or whatever. It's like, look, you don't have the fortitude for that, man. I'm saying, I lived in Indiana most of my life, and there are hillbillies up there, right? But when I moved down here, I didn't realize how they're strong, and then there's country strong. And people are country strong in those places, in those flyover states. Man, you got to watch yourself, because that is country strong, you know. And
I was laughing.
Oh my goodness.
There was a video about showing
Thanks too much.
Country strong, where this big dude's throwing hay bales up into, you know, he's just chucking hay bales, which is, you know,
Right.
when you realize a couple 100 pounds and he's lopping them. I'm laughing because my wife used to do that. She was the one catching them and stacking them. So I mean, think about that. That's my wife.
I shared that on YouTube.
Right.
Not on YouTube, on Facebook. And I was like, man, don't mess with this guy. Do not mess with this fella. He's you know, that's the kind of guy you get on your team, you know. And people want to come down to those areas and be like, hey, oh, we don't like your politics. We want to take your guns. We want to do this.
Yeah.
You know what? You know, you're better off.
That
you're
quote
better off
to
staying in your
Hojo,
echo chamber.
that quote to Hojo just gave is very much the truth.
A great deal of pity for anyone who comes to my house looking for trouble. Yeah, I agree. But you know, I love
the thing about a country boy will survive. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You know, I love the fact that, you know, I even have a little different political lean than Cooper. You know, so the three of us here, we're not all in the same camp with things, but I love that we can have open discussion, and then at the end of it, we're friends.
Well, we're friends. See, that's what happens when you discuss, not debate. Too many people are having debates where this is better, that's better. No, I will change my mind if given adequate information. You know, with reasonable sources. That's called scientific thinking. That's what we're supposed to do.
And theoretically, anybody can change my mind. Nobody's done it yet, but theoretically, it's possible.
Yeah, you can change your mind if you want to. You can try your best. But and today we showed some actual. You know, we talked about heroes, you know, and patriotic themed heroes. But then we talked. You know, then we brought up some actual heroes.
You know what?
No, people that are on the political realm doing good things for people.
I want to talk about something else too, because we talked about heroes, and this is me going to be a touch political because it happens every so often. My father served in Vietnam. Okay, look up Operation Song, like you're singing Ong, like the end of song. Doc, D-O-C.
Yeah.
His base was blown up under him. He was on a floating riverine base in Vietnam. It was blown up under him on his 21st birthday. I'm sorry, 22nd. The Vietnam veterans suffered hideous mistreatment by our nation. And I see some people get that way about the Afghanistan veterans.
Yes.
And I have a feeling some more conflicts are going to be rising in the near future. And whatever you want to say politically about whatever may or may not happen, don't you dare take it out on the people who signed their lives away to defend us in our country.
Yes.
So, you know, that's one where all of a sudden you get to see the side of Nick I don't normally put out for most people, because I work on being a better person than I am. But there are elements that are there for a reason, and remember, you have a beef with the government on either, you know, political spectrum. You take it out on the government, you know, and I don't mean anything seditious or wrong. You know, I take that serious too, but you don't put it on the soldiers who are out there trying to keep you alive.
Exactly. I'm with you there, man. They should be taken care of, and I don't think we do a good job of that. My dad served in Vietnam.
22 veterans die every day of suicide.
So
it's something that is appalling. I've campaigned against it, and I spent years helping raise funds for it, you know, to try to stop it. When we talk mental health and stuff, that's where I'm seeing.
Yeah, you know, I'm sitting on a little under 3,000 copies of a book that I'd like to send 1,000 or so off to, you know, to soldiers. Let them be able to read a book, you know, and find other people that are willing to, you know, send off some of their books to soldiers.
Now
let them have some entertainment, you know. I can't do much, but I could do that.
You know, we'll get you on Wednesday for Nevermind the Furthermore, because it's a different group of people.
Yeah.
And we'll get on, because that's one I'd love to see. That's something beautiful just happened right here. And it's one of those where that's the greatness of this show and shows like it. If folks want to get together, I'll start providing a format and I'll reach out across, because that's not a CG thing.
That's a decent human being thing.
Decent, American thing. And if there's anybody who could facilitate that, because it's beyond the scope of my ability. But let's get
there.
Contact.
Yeah, let's get there.
Let's get there.
Let's go ahead and finish out the chat here, and then we'll sign off for the day. It's been a good day. Been a good day. Good stream, man. Everybody really contributed well. It's been.
By
a lot
the way,
of fun
that speech is in the chat. The chat. There's a link in the chat for that.
Okay, to that speech. Awesome. And Hojo says we can be adults, and that's America, gentlemen. Have a great day. Good stream. Absolutely. He also says we will change your mind on Total Recall, Bunny. It will happen. I love Total Recall. It's my jam. Agent Zero says, Nick, that's clippable. I love that. I consider it an honor to have served my country despite what the politicians were doing with our lives. And for those that are watching, ready to clip this show, clip what Nick said, and you put that out there, because that's good stuff, man. And that's why Nick is not just a friend to me; he's a brother to me. We may not agree on everything, and he may have a hard job trying to keep me in line sometimes and keep me from stepping in it. But I'm telling you, Nick is a good man, and that's why he was given. Never mind the furthermore. I've heard that a couple people may have had a little problem that you got in the show and they did.
I had some comments that were thrown my way, DMs and stuff, and I'm not going to put anybody on blast because that's not my style. Yeah, and that's attention that they would want. So no.
But you're a good man. That's why you got it.
Yeah. Because furthermore, isn't about me. It's about the chat and serving.
Yeah. Sugar Chris is here. Says, "Hail everyone. Hail Sugar. It's good to see you today." Sugar's been working out.
Put on your red dress and dance the blues.
Yeah, Sugar's been working out. Been posting pictures, and he's going to fill out that red dress soon.
Woohoo!
Fill it out. Yeah.
Jelly.
Hojo says, "Yes, I experienced it."
Fancy. Anyhow.
Yeah. So Hojo says he experienced it on his way back from his first tour in Iraq. Disgusting behavior. That's terrible. That anyone would do that.
Yeah. Someone should apologize, and on behalf of the better part of the nation, we are sickened and sorry that you went through that.
Absolutely. Good morning, John. Good to have you here. I know it's early for John. It's about it's probably just about 9 o'clock there for him now. So yeah, have fun at the. I think he plays tennis on Thursdays. Hopefully he'll be able to do that. Thank you for forerunning my service time, brother. Absolutely. I'm going to be a veteran discount tire on my campaigns.
Tier. He means tier.
Tier.
Hey, veterans should get.
I was like, a discount tire. I'm like, all right. I said, I'm not sure how you do that.
It's probably autocorrect. Sure the autocorrect got him.
I'm not quite sure how you do that, but all right, let's get with it.
Yeah.
It says Peter Sametti just donated some books overseas, Nick. So maybe we can contact Pete and find out what's going. There's got to be a way that we can do that. And I'd be happy to throw in some books and get that to happen. And
Nita, if you're watching, maybe you know somebody, because I know Nita's.
Yeah. And he says it's 9 here, not too bad. Good. Well, hope you have a good day. We're actually closing things down. So thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Definitely check out. John's got a book on Kickstarter right now that I think looks really cool. It's like a cool, old style sci-fi, and I think it looks really interesting. So you should go check that out, and I think you might like it too. So, and all right, tennis time, and that's right. I went to the gym this morning. I'm noticing some improvement in my body's definition and stuff. I can almost do a pull-up again.
Awesome,
dude! Way to go, dude! I work out here at home, trying to get my muscle back. I'm up to where I can lift 10 pounds with this one.
Good.
I can do 5 with this one. So it's starting to come back. So we're getting there.
The only enemy is the version of you sitting on the couch, not trying to get better.
Yep. And that guy.
I feel attacked here.
I resemble that remark.
You know what? If you feel convicted by hearing the truth, get off your butt, T-Bunny, and we're good.
Emotional damage.
I'm working on it.
Man, you know what? Our friend Shia LaBeouf has one thing to say about bettering yourself. Just do it, man. You got to do it. It is. I'm telling you, you've got to get up in motion. You know that motion. It helps. It does the job. So, thanks everybody in the chat that's hung with us today. Tennis got canceled today. Oh, too bad.
I'm sorry.
Too bad. So
maybe you can play ping pong.
Ping pong's fun too. But I want to thank everyone in the chats today. You've been great. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Exactly. Make them reality. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to do here. We're living the dream. And so we thank you guys for being with us today. We've got a big stream tonight. So please mark your calendars for 9 p.m. tonight.
I will catch that one in the review because
you got to get to bed. Yeah, we're going to have a great panel. We're talking about Christians making comics, walking the faith while chasing the dream. So it's kind of a fun approach tonight. We're going to have Graham Nolan, both Aaron and Shelley Lepresti, Don Chen. We're going to have we're going to have
Lola, CG
Joseph,
Snowballer, Tug's wife.
Lola.
Oh, okay. I know Lola.
Yep. And then we're going to have Joseph A. Michael on as well. And he's done some publishing in the semi-mainstream kind of indie realm. So looking forward to that conversation. I think it's gonna be a good one. T Bunny is going to be helping me co-host that thing, and we've got some questions. We encourage you to come along and ask your questions in the chat. And so we plan on doing that, not for the 3 hours that we did this morning, but we're going to do that for about an hour and a half tonight. So that's we'll be setting a timer on that one. So thank you guys again. I'm going to throw up the on the screen. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at Telepathic Bunny at Twitter, Telepathic Bunny on Instagram, and Telepathic Bunny Comics on YouTube. Just pretty much just do the search and you'll find me. So
Telepathic Bunny.
There's only one.
Hey, folks, first off, you guys like to see my sketch of the week. So this is the sketch I was working on.
Nice.
Well, you guys were, I got in the mood to do some crazy color stuff. So
that'll
be up on DA. You can find all my links at nicholastockert.com. I am at ntockert on the Twitter. People are following me on Facebook, and I may approve, I may not. Don't take it personal. I have relatives. You know how it is. But I am all over the place now. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I am on the Nicholas Tockert channel, hosting Nevermind the Furthermore, a show for comic book creators, authors, artists, people who are trying to get that jump into chasing the dreams where they can exchange ideas, do some plugging, and really get into a community that supports. I'm also right here every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for Nerd Bacon, where Luke does what he does, and I try to keep him from self-implosion. And on Friday nights, I am on the Historical Fencing Guild, where I do a live stream where we talk about teaching Western martial arts, as out of my book, The Simple Sword, and The Fighting Axe, both available through Amazon. And I help people find new ways. We review fights, discuss tactics. It's just a really great time for a bunch of sword nerds. So that's where you find us. And T-Bunny's back, doing some.
I did a thing. I messed it up.
No.
But it's okay. We're awesome. Yep. Yeah, you can find me at lukestonestudios.com. Just head on over to lukestonestudios.com and you can find some stuff over there. I'm currently open for taking on a couple of extra jobs right now when it comes to the art and photography scene. So yeah, if you have anything needs drawn, let me know. I just finished up some work for someone, and I'm working on Justin Sweet's work right now. Agent Zero Comics. I'm working on his pages right now. So
Chrome Dog.
That's what I'll be doing. Yep, Chrome Dog. We'll be working on that this today, tomorrow, and hopefully be getting some finished pages out in a few weeks.
Don't forget to keep your eye open for the adventures of Hot Flash and her arch nemesis Cat Uphold. It's an upcoming collaboration between Luke Stone and I assume T-Bunny.
Yeah, we'll work on that together. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. And also be sure to sign up for Rift Riders. We'll be launching that soon. So yeah, that's Piper and I. We're working on that together. True collaboration, man. We're having a lot of fun with these characters and stuff, and it's gonna be a heck of a show. So we're gonna be going around, trying to get more signups and stuff. We've got about 50. We'd like to see another 50 before we launch. So yeah, definitely help us out spreading the word. Appreciate that. It is Doctor Who meets the Lost Boys, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So
right.
And we got Genuine Comics, Dave Brink coming in here at the end. Bye. Fashionably late, you guys. I love you all. Appreciate it. Remember, try to leave the woodpile a little bit higher than you found it, because God knows we need people building up more than they tear down. And by all means, please be careful out there.
Let's be careful out there. Let's be careful out there. We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. 2 Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see it 211, half a dozen 459, 2 AEWs, a GTA, several miscellaneous crimes. Homicide.